Alright, here we go again. It's showtime. So, some of you have seen this game before, specifically even on this channel, because I've played this game twice on the channel now, I think? Never very far. I did it as part of a sampler, it was a PS2 a while ago. It might have even been last year around this time. And I think it came up again at some point. Because I think there was like a survival horror thing I was doing. So I showed this off. And then again, I was doing a set of PS2 games and blanked on ideas, so I threw this in there again. I think that's how that went. But today we're actually going to sit down and try to actually, like, make real progress in it. Because I know it's a bit of a slow starter from what we saw before, so in order to really experience anything with it, we're going to have to sit down and actually play this one. From what I saw in the little demo clips it plays when I'm sitting on the title screen, it moves actually better than I thought it did. Like, it felt like it moved okay when we were playing it before, but the game's AI makes it look like it moves really well. So we'll see how this goes. Because we're in for a ride on this one. Oh, important caveat right here at the start. I make no promises about finishing this. Just saying that right now. This is not a game to be cleared, but if we get into a good position, I will consider it. No. You're not showing that. We'll be seeing that cutscene in a moment anyway. Stop it. I think that gets introductions out of the way. You also will probably notice that my audio sounds different again. I listened back to yesterday's VOD and it sounded like the mic had just a little more bite to it than I wanted, so I backed off a little bit on the audio. Let me know how it sounds. It should be good, but just in case, let me know if I backed off too much. I did multiple recording tests this morning, so theoretically I tuned it right where I want it to be, but we'll see how everybody else feels about it. Let's get into it.
Eagle Nest, this is out there. Approaching Fort Stewart airspace. Experiencing heavy turbulence. Over.
Roger out there. This is Eagle's Nest. Fort Stewart will guide you down. Over.
Roger.
Listen up. We'll be landing at Fort Stewart shortly. This is the first Antarctic mission for the Marine Special Forces Recon. Don't let your guard down. Follow your training, and you'll make it back alive. Semper Fi! Go out there and show the world what Marines are made of.
Yes, sir!
Flesh and bone, just like the rest of us.
Our mission code name is Cold Limit. Check the mission data on your wireless terminals.
Yes, sir!
Dennis, I know what you're thinking. I can't stop you from living in the past.
You really should use a
Just
gun
remember
sometime.
one thing. Be strong. That's all. An old teacher once told me, life is full of pain and suffering. You have to be strong to deal with it.
That's a lesson that doesn't hold up.
Dennis, don't let it distract you.
If I see Cindy, and she's in trouble, I'll give my life to protect her. It's the least that I can do for Andrew.
We made these knives for our success in Cambodia. You, me, and Andrew. When times are rough, I look at this and remember that I have good friends. We go way back. We're more than just a unit. Never forget that. Your pain is my pain.
Thanks, Roger.
You know, it's a real awkward time to be holding your knives like that when the plane gets hit.
Emergency! Grab your parachutes. Regroup at ground facility building B. Get ready. Now go. Yes, sir.
Also, probably a bad thing that the plane's going down. Kind of weird, though, that we're over friendly airspace and we're getting shot down. That doesn't add up. What's up, Jay? How you doing, buddy?
Dennis here.
You're just in time for the start of this one.
Where are you?
Look up.
There's a ventilation shaft up here. It should lead into the compound. You need to get up here. Come on.
This icy cliff looks impossible.
You'll have to find a way around it. Just follow my
Directions. First, activate the elevator.
Got it.
Well, he got a better landing than we did by far, didn't he? He's actually up there, and we gotta work our way around. Battery pack with 6 power in it. We're gonna need that. Because this has no power, and it needs power to use it. There we go. And I'm glad the bitrate evened out, because up until that cutscene ended, the bitrate was sitting there real angry at me, so I had some concerns that Twitch was having a moment again. But hopefully all's well with you, Jay. Go ahead and snag me this map. The only problem I noticed between when I was playing and when the demo was playing is the demo had figured out how to run. And I, for the life of me, cannot get this man to run. I don't know if it's just because he's out on the ice and snow and doesn't want to trip, or if there's some kind of weird input I have to do to run. Uh-oh. Look at this guy's climbing capability. He can hop up way high. It's very handy. I did this whole sequence like 3 times, so bear with me as I just zip us through here. Well, zip us through as best this man's legs will get us there. Considering his disinterest in running currently. That's the menu. We've got 2 different knife attacks. X is your interact button and is not doing anything. That points your gun in 3rd person. That points your gun in 1st person. L1 and 2 currently don't seem to do anything. You also need to aim your gun in order to turn, in case anybody's wondering about that one. I have no camera control. So that's a thing. George Harlan, it's freezing. It's freaking freezing. This blizzard started before dawn and has now reached severe blizzard levels. High winds are making the wind chill unbearable, with the wind chill dropping the temperature between 5 and 15 degrees Fahrenheit for every 5 miles an hour winds. No wonder it's so damn cold. Yesterday at sunset, the aurora was visible, snowing so lightly I could make out a beautiful green pillar of light. This is crazy. Everything about Antarctica is crazy. This whole facility is crazy. We'll never be able to get rid of them. Well, they found something here in Antarctica, and nothing good came of it. There's where our friend's hanging out.
From there, walk across the gas pipe to the other side.
Just like the way we did it in training, huh?
Haha, you said it. Okay, now hurry up. You have to find Cindy. We have to get inside ASAP. I'm freezing my ass off waiting for you. Be careful. One false step and you'll be in big trouble. They won't find your body till the poles melt.
Thanks.
After you cross the pipes, there are 2 places you need to jump. You're more nimble than I am, so it should be a piece of cake for you.
Okay.
Just go ahead and hop up here. I could sit here and fiddle with the camera, but I know this walking path well enough that I don't need to. But I would highly recommend aiming your camera to match the pipe so as to not fall. And do let me know if the game audio is too high. I feel like it's like on the edge, which is where I wanted it to be because the talking is a little low. And I wanted to make sure people could hear them. Not that it's top quality acting, but you know. It's better when people can actually hear things. Usually. There are definitely some things nobody wants to hear. Whee!
I have to jump that crevice.
Don't sound so bored there, Dennis. Whee! Get used to him doing like the full leg jump as well. 'Cause he just goes for it. You can miss that jump, by the way.
Is the ventilation shaft?
While I was waiting, I was
Metal
watching
Gear.
how this fan works. It spins for 3 seconds and stops for 2 seconds. But with the inertia, it's only clear for 1 second. Timing needs to be perfect. You'd better go ahead.
Me first, huh?
I'll go once you're safely in. You're good at this kind of stuff, aren't you?
Why do I feel like I'm the sucker out of this move here? It's like, oh yeah, you're good at sneaking through things. You go first. If it chops you up, I know not to go in there.
You sure this is the right way?
Trust me!
You know, it's a good thing the fan at the bottom here was off. Awful quiet for an active military base.
Train tracks. Did they tell you anything about this place?
No.
This place looks like a battlefield.
What the hell?
This looks bad. Just doesn't feel right.
Your instincts are still sharp, huh?
It's kept me alive so far. Let's look around. There may be some survivors, including Cindy. Let's check out what we can. We'll start here. Cover me.
Feel like the guy with the heavy machine gun should be the one covering, but sure, yeah. We'll do it the other way around. Why not?
No one here. I'll take a look around. You check out the corridor.
Okay.
Lights are on, but nobody's home. He's gonna be fiddling around in there. There's something in there we want to grab, looks like, but we'll worry about that in a little bit, I guess. Definitely doesn't look like anything good happened here. Just a lot of bad. That in particular over there doesn't look great. That looks distinctly goopy and alien, and I don't like either of those words right now. Because it looks like it melted the bridge. There's also a thing in that vent there that we're probably gonna want. Oh, I can open the door. Okay. I figured we weren't going to be allowed in here until after we checked the corridor. There's the map for the area. Save Terminal PESTS is a computer terminal installed to observe and help manage the activities of all Fort Stewart personnel. It records an accurate state of all that a person has accomplished. In emergencies, it can run on an all-purpose battery pack. Consumes 2 gauges of battery power. Personal status tracking system. All people working inside the fort are required by regulation to use the terminal every morning and to input personal data, including their health and task progress. I like this because this actually gives an in-universe reason for a save point to exist and for how a save point would work. That's always nice to see. For convenience, PSTS terminals are located throughout the facility. Personal data is immediately transmitted back to North America as soon as it's recorded. A leader of the North American electronics Industry ForestSoft developed the system's basic design and OS. What's this? Hey, Sammy, how many times do I have to tell you? The transformer in the transformer room of underground tunnel area A is connected to the power circuit of the drawbridge. What did you do to it? I told you to be careful with that transformer. It's not a robot in disguise. Now the voltage is unstable and the drawbridge won't operate. It's all your fault, man. Damn it. Tomorrow's Christmas holiday's getting blown now. I'm gonna have to re-inspect all the electronic circuitry. Well, out here in the middle of nowhere, there's not much to do on a holiday except get smashed anyway. Hey, if you want to make it up to me, you'll lend me one of your best videos from your secret collection. Grant. Well, it's also a vent. I assume this vent leads to that little window we saw over on the other side. Which is why I'm bothering to go in here right now. Because I feel like, considering this isn't the survival horror genre, I'm gonna need every item I can get my grubby little hands on. More healing. We definitely are gonna want as much of that as we can get our hands on, almost certainly. Come on, keep sliding. It's a little hard to tell how far along into the vent we are. Spook. Ta-da! Really wish I knew how to run. It might just be, though, that we're just not at a point where he's going to run. As you can see, he'll jump on top of stuff if you tell him to just fine. If you're near anything, he will just go like, okay, you want me up there? I'll go up there. Oh, there's all kinds of goodies over there. Do I need to put out the fire to get to those goodies becomes the question at that point. I get the feeling parkour is going to actually be a general thing in this game. Can't open the vent. Okay. Can't go being sus right now. Which, it's funny, there's a part of me that actually wants to play Among Us again at some point. But gonna have to find enough people that actually want to do that. Small life form affectionately known as the bug has been found to excrete a green infectious fluid. It has also been reported that in some cases the creature will cling to the victim before releasing the fluid. Exposure to the infectious fluid will cause a chemical reaction within the victim's body that causes cell mutation. It also weakens the body's immune system, accelerating the cell infestation process. Several cases of infection have already been reported within the facility. Any contact with the infectious fluid is to be treated with the MTS immediately. MTS stations are located throughout each section of the facility. Keep track of the nearest station in case of emergency. Fort Stewart Chief of Security, Lieutenant Colonel Greg Howard, U.S. Army. Well, Greg, I've got some bad news for you. People did not use your MTS system nearly well enough. Because it looks like everybody's dead. I'm just following the trail of goodies and hoping that it's leading in the direction I need to go. Oh. Somehow I didn't process that that's a gun turret. It's an inactive gun turret, but it's still a gun turret. Sadly, I cannot separate gun from turret. You didn't need to full send that there, buddy. In order to eliminate the unknown life forms prowling around the facility, the SG-203 sentry guns with automatic tracking sensors will be activated at 1400 hours today. Since these guns will shoot at any life form detected by their sensors, extreme caution is advised. In case of emergency, the sentry guns can be forcefully deactivated by cutting the power cable or shooting the sensor. I suddenly have a thought. I suddenly have a thought to do that. Because I have concerns. Because remember what it just said about it shooting at any life forms detected within its range? What would happen if they suddenly activated right about now? Can I cut the wire with a bullet? Nope, because that definitely made contact. So that one might be a problem, because I didn't cut that wire. Now, there's two sides to this thought here. One, I'm doing a good thing by preemptively cutting that. Two, I'm doing a bad thing by preemptively cutting that because it's not going to shoot my enemies. I'm of two minds on that one, and I'm very concerned that mind 2 is the correct one. And I, for some reason, can't get him to hop up. Back up to... There we go. I guess he needed a flat surface to climb on. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and just full send it and cut all of these. And what happens, happens. Worst case, I will defend myself. I don't need help. But I feel like help would have been nice because it would have saved me ammo. But, you know. How often have I made good decisions? Well, we got shot down over Fort Stewart here in Antarctica. We found notes indicating that there are infectious creatures here of question mark origin currently. We had to sneak our way into the facility through the ventilation shafts, and our only ally we found so far is hanging out in another room over there trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Not having much more luck than we are, really. Hopefully you're doing well now, and that brings you about up to speed.
Dennis, it's Roger. Can you get back here? I've worked out the route to the rendezvous point.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, our whole crew ended up having to parachute out of our plane as it got shot down over Fort Stewart, which was supposed to be friendly. So somebody or something in here is unfriendly to us. And decided we needed to not be here. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, in the survival horror genre, no type of flight ever succeeds. So I'm not surprised we got shot down. And at least it's warm in here with all the fire. Considering we're in Antarctica, that's not a bad thing. I'll take the victory as far as the heat goes. And as far as we know, our team's not dead yet.
What's up?
Look,
So far, so
it's
good.
a drawbridge. The map shows that the rendezvous point, Building B, is on the other side. We need to lower that drawbridge. We should regroup and find out what's going on as soon as possible.
Right.
Of course, we landed on
What
the
did you
wrong end of a
find out?
bridge.
The fist has been ripped to shreds. Something bad has happened here. We've got to stay sharp.
You're right. By the way, the computer is almost fixed. We should be able to open some of the doors now.
Can you open the door at the end of the tunnel? It's locked.
Yeah, hold on.
So you had me come all the way over here
All right. it
just to
should
open
be
the door
now. I'm going to
to go
try
all the way back
lower
over there.
drawbridge From here. We need to head to our rendezvous point.
That
Building
checks
B
out.
ASAP. Until then, keep up your recon.
Okay. Who would have thought that such a facility existed in the South Pole of all places?
I know. There's definitely something strange going on here.
The only real complication we've run into so far is I haven't figured out how to get this man to run. I've pressed every button on the controller, and I can only assume I'm just not allowed to run yet. And the only reason I know he can run is because I saw running in the demo videos that showed up while I was sitting on the main menu doing all my audio balancing. I mean, this is an American base, so at the very least it would be in English, and I guess he just has some computer experience. What a wild set of skills he's got, running around with a light machine gun and knowing how to hack. Or he just knows how wiring works. Could go either way on that one. Oh, don't like seeing that.
This is Dennis. Raj here. Something's down here. I can feel it.
Didn't you see it?
Be on guard. If we can get the power back on, I can activate the drawbridge. A circuit breaker is probably out. There should be a transformer room somewhere. Where are you now?
Hey, me again?
You know I don't like the cold.
First you send me through that fan, and now this?
Hey, you know me, right? Remember the guerrilla fighters in the fields of Cambodia? If I hadn't been there, you'd be...
I would have been dead meat, right? Yeah, I've heard enough of that story.
Okay, when we get back, I'll buy you a drink.
Really doesn't feel like that fair a trade there, buddy. It probably would have been smarter if we both went over here. Crazy idea, I know. Shoot first, ask questions later. Nope, nothing down there. I do appreciate that they give you both a first person and a third person shooting angle. Got him. Think. Well, no, he kept moving, I think. That one's hurt, but not dead. Is it coming for me? Might be. I hit it. I think they try to hide. What is it doing? It's just having a hell of a time right now. I think it can't figure out how to get over here, so it's just freaking out. I wonder if it must just not realize that it can go across the ceiling and get to me. I see one more of them. Got him. So we've got two that are probably like one hit away from dying, and question mark other ones. Thing is, I am using a bunch of my ammo. And I think that 43 is all of the bullets we have at the moment. So I should probably be a little bit more cautious about that and possibly knife the remaining ones. I don't know how plentiful ammo is in this game yet. This is why we do a scan of the room from as far away as possible before walking around. That box is moving. Oh. I guess... Oh, behind me. It's gonna get me. Oh, they can fly. Oh, I hate it here. Okay, so their hit detection isn't as nastily generous as I was worried it was going to be. That's good news. I was really figuring when it flew near me it was going to count. So credit to the devs for them not giving me the short end of the stick on that one. Always appreciated. And that definitely confirms I do need to use this vertical swing. Oh, I've done it bad. I have released all kinds of hell on my life here. I knew one of these boxes was going to be a trap. Oh, I hurt my legs. Oh, no. They don't seem interested in pursuing me, so I'm just going to leave them to their business over there. Whatever their business is, it doesn't involve me. Yeah, of course, I need a security card. How is all of the audio, by the way? I assume it's all fine. I did a little bit more tuning this morning on the mic because the mic had a little bit more bite on the VOD than I wanted. So I cleaned that up a little bit more. Dr. Jim Jorgensen. Now, even I have become infected. My cells are being taken over, just like everyone else. It's hard to accept that this is the end. Excellent. My whole body is in excruciating pain. I've found that contact with water makes the pain even worse. The water must be accelerating the breakdown of my cells. Makes me sick just to think of the sound those things make. That and the unbearable smell of the slimy liquid that they spit out. Who would have thought that they could be multiplying like this in such a short time? No matter how many you kill, they just keep coming. I'm tired of running. I just want to rest right here. Well, that's probably Jorgensen. That's a very good question. A ravaged corpse. What on earth happened here? Like, maybe they thought sticking them in a box would make them stop, and, well, all it did was make a lot of little monsters in a box. Yeah, I was afraid of that when there was one hanging out next to that box. You wanted to let all your friends out, didn't you? I'm getting the feeling that breaking these boxes is just a bad idea all around. Okay, I did find some bullets, though. I found 30 bullets. And no, I do have 3 magazines. Oh, I think I understand. I found another magazine so I can now carry more bullets. Basically, since I have 3 magazines, I can carry 90 bullets. That's how they're doing it with this one. We currently have 70. Yep, that's exactly how that works. Okay. I can get behind that. It's gonna become upsetting at some point, probably, but at least it makes sense. There are so many of them just in a pile over there. I'm betting it is going to. But at the same time... Am I right in thinking that one just fell to its death off the ceiling? Because that splatter wasn't there before. And that's where that one fell. So I think sometimes they just lose their grip on the ceiling and they just go splat. That's fantastic. Both because it saves me ammunition and just because that actually makes sense. Reloading. And dead. I'm betting the goo they release when they die is also going to be infectious. Adoption of a new security system. The dated key and padlock system has raised serious concerns. The padlocks can easily be broken open with a combat knife or a gunshot. About the security of Fort Stewart. The Army Security Advisory Panel has decided that all locks in the facility shall be changed to a new key card security system. You know, aside from that one we broke a few minutes ago. The update shall be carried out immediately. The new system is scheduled to arrive along with the supplies on the 23rd of December of 2005 shipment. A special security work crew will begin installing and bringing the new system online immediately after confirming the arrival of the materials. So more than likely they got interrupted in the process then. Rough death. Yeah, I mean... got turned into a snack, that much is true. Go and slice off the lock. We do thankfully have a lot of healing. And you'll notice we are missing some health from when I fell and busted my legs up a bit, but I'm not that worried about it at the moment. And people may have realized I brought up getting infected a couple times. Note the infection meter down there underneath Dennis's 3D model there. I don't know what getting infected does in this game. I'm going to assume it's bad. So I'm going to avoid it if at all possible. Ah.
For train maintenance. I should be able to jump from the carriage to the container.
Record. Yeah, exactly. The whole feeling like your flesh is melting thing really didn't sound attractive. Not really enticed by that idea. I kind of need my flesh on my bones. Keeps the bones safe. That one was stuck. There's a thingy. And we also have to remember they mentioned that water accelerated it, so if we do get infected, we're going to need to avoid water, which is going to be an interesting little mechanic, potentially. Securely locked, that's fine. I'm not trying to get in it, I'm trying to get on it. I assume that's the container he was talking about jumping to? Dennis, please. Dennis? Dennis, why are you like this? I've got to go all the way around to climb back on it. God damn it, Dennis. Yeah, because there's no container on this side, so he has to have been talking about the one that he decided he didn't want to jump to suddenly. I get it, I broke his knees earlier, so he's probably having a problem. Probably wants to jump from here. Yeah, that's the problem. Joke's on him, though. I'm gonna break his knees again if he doesn't listen. It looks like there's nothing else for us here. I broke a bunch of boxes and made bad things happen, but other than that, everything's fine. Well, that's safe at least, surprisingly. Aha! Still very weird that they're just kind of on the sides of things. The good news about the third-person aiming, by the way, is it locks on. In case anybody thought I managed to track that, no. There's no way in hell I tracked that myself. Not without a mouse. To all personnel, if you become infected, administer MTS immediately. We knew that already. That was brought up before. Anyone who does not follow this procedure shall be subject to court-martial under Fort Stewart Special Directives Article 8. Ah, yes. His court-martialing will be so much worse than your flesh melting off and the whole dying and turning into a monster thing. Yes, that clearly is a viable threat at this point. Okay, does standing near their death... Nope, standing near their death does not cause infection. I figured it was best just to get learning about that out of the way now and get it over with. So they have to actually attack me to infect me. Because those are definitely the bugs that were referred to that have the infectious liquid. Fuel drums and tanks contain highly flammable liquids. Special caution is required during delivery or transportation. Even a spark can cause an explosion. Fuel drums located close together may cause a chain reaction if one explodes. That is how explosions work, yes. And you've also just gone and given me a fun idea. I assume there's also a reason for them to tell me that. Like, they want me to make something explode. And even if they don't want me to make something explode, I'm gonna make something explode. How could I not? I just can't tell where I'm pointing at because the fire is disrupting my laser. I feel like now that we've seen alien bugs and things, now would be a good time for this guy to start moving with a purpose as well. But apparently he's just not interested in that. Low. Well, that didn't do anything helpful, but it was fun. How about those two barrels that are suspiciously next to a wall? Nope, I guess that too is just for fun. What it probably is for, actually, is for killing bugs that happen to be near barrels. This is where we were shooting at the ones that were by these before, so they're already gone. Somewhat. That box has bugs in it. Well, then again, the last time I said a box had bugs in it because it shook, there weren't bugs in it. Oh, fine. What do you know? That one had lots of bugs in it. I hate being right. Is this close enough to reach them? Close enough to reach that one. That teaches us the explosive radius. They're also just kind of hanging out on that wall, so you know what? How much ammo do I have? 46. It's shooting gallery time. Actually, I just realized something. Did anybody else notice how each of the boxes I opened that had bugs in them had more bugs each time? I think all the bugs that were in the room went and hid in the boxes. Like, I think that's a mechanic. Is that they'll go and hide in a different box after you break them out of a box. Because that would also explain why I couldn't find the ones I broke out before. So I think they steadily just keep gathering in a larger and larger pile within whatever box is left. So if I find a grenade at some point, I can kind of funnel them all into one box and blow the box up. Because that definitely had the largest quantity of bugs of any of the boxes we opened. Now, there's the transformer room. Two bugs disappeared, though. I heard a screech like one died away from me.
Way to go, Dennis. Now we can get to the rendezvous point.
You're gonna get eaten on my way back, aren't you? I'm gonna hear a bunch of gunshots, I'm gonna come in there, and you're gonna be some kind of weird infecto man and try to kill me. Just calling it now. This could just be completely be paranoia talking. But I feel like that's just gonna be the way that plays out. How he would get infected just sitting in a room? Well, ask half the games that work that way, because it tends to be the case somehow. Oh, that's gonna end badly, isn't it? Why'd you turn and look at it? You should have just kept going. Well, that might solve our bug problem, if the whole room goes up in flames. I hate being right. I really, really hate being right. Is not only is this room now full of bugs, which means these sentry guns might have actually been useful, but Roger's over there fighting for his life, and I still haven't figured out how to run. So he's gonna have a whole time to himself over there. Now, at least he's shooting at ones on the wall, so he's probably okay. You're doing great, Roger. You got this. You show those bugs what for. Is he actually killing any of them? I think I understand why he's got the heavy machine gun now. I don't think he can hit anything with anything else. Because he's not doing a great job with this either. Hey, he got one, and now they're all pissed.
Roger!
Whoa! Oh, Dennis! Help me, Dennis!
Well, that was quick. I hate being right. I really, really hate being right.
Roger.
Get out of the way!
Don't move.
She just saved your life.
I had no choice.
I'm with the...
Special Marine Forces Recon, I know. You're here to scout the facility, but you're too late. Things are already out of control here. Please listen to what I'm telling you. Get out of here as soon as you can.
Tell me, what the hell happened here? What happened to my partner?
Wrong place at the wrong time. It wouldn't help even if I told you. Just leave here. This area will be taken over any moment now.
Taken by who?
Take this. Use it. If you don't want to end up like your friend, the antibodies will temporarily ward off infection.
Infection?
You'll find the survivors and your friends in Ground Facility Building B. Get to them as soon as you can and go back home. Even a brave Marine needs to know when to run.
Hey, wait! Who are you? What happened here? Tell me! Damn it! Roger,
Yeah.
I can't believe this.
Nothing from the aliens, nothing from all the notes we read, explaining exactly how all those things work. At least the lady up there has the sense to be wearing a hazmat suit. Unlike most people in games like this, I gotta give her credit for actually having two brain cells to knock together to at least wear some kind of protection. Like, credit where credit's due. So, can I say, Roger got infected very, very fast. Like, based on the notes we had, that stuff doesn't act that quick, though I guess he did get covered in it. Like, 5 different bugs decided to shower him. As we'll take the magazine she threw down here. His tentacles are still twitching, too. He's not dead. He's just down. He definitely is, yeah. I'm pretty sure Dennis is stupid. Like, they're playing the brave but stupid Marine trope pretty hard here. Well, I can't even say he's that brave considering he's been breathing like he's been scared shitless half the time here, which is understandable. It means at least he has that much common sense. And can I just say that if she turns out to be Cindy and he didn't recognize her voice or anything, I'm also going to be kind of annoyed at him about that too, because that's just going to be another case of, Dennis, why are you so stupid? Because she also had a badge clipped to her, though it didn't look like her, so it might have been she was wearing somebody else's suit. So I'll grant that one. But it's just one of those things where I'm just like, huh. I don't know. I also don't know how to manually reload now that I think about it. Can I? I don't actually know how to access options. Ah, there we go. Select gives me options. There we go. I can actually look at what the item config entails. Ah. I see. I see. So that's all the buttons. Just in case anybody's wondering, that's every button that this game uses. I might swap to this one, though. Just so that when I'm in the... Yeah, apparently we only have automatic reload. We're not allowed to manually reload. Which I guess makes sense since they load the ammo into magazines. You'd end up having the whole issue of like, well, what do they do with the ammo left from the leftover magazine? When does that come into play? So it would become a whole thing. Yeah, because I keep reflexively hitting square to fire the gun when I'm in the aim mode, which is why you keep seeing me flick the flashlight at things. So swapping to this might be a good idea. Do this now before I get used to it. Yeah, because now my quick knife is on square and my vertical knife's on circle. I guess I gotta go into the control room Dennis was in. Which, that's the other question, is why didn't Dennis stay in the damn... I mean, why didn't Roger stay in the control room? I keep calling everyone Dennis because everyone's as dense as Dennis around here. Why didn't he stay in the control room where he would have stayed alive? I mean, I guess the bugs might have come out of the vent and he came out of the room to get away from them, maybe? I guess that's a possibility. Bridge didn't even fully lower either.
The drawbridge went back up.
Of course it did.
I can't go back there.
Oh, hopefully there's nothing over there that I need. Because we're never going back there. What do you know? I swapped controls and I immediately got infected because of the fact that he switched them. How did I know? Oh, I need to actually use it at a specific location. I can't use it here. Well, that's not ideal. There's more bugs. Piss off. Well, that's an interesting mechanic. I actually walked into it, it climbed up my leg and missed its shot because it was on my leg and not on me, and not on the ground, rather. So it ended up shooting over me. Gonna need to keep that in mind that I can do that. But we are now infected, and we're gonna need to do something about that. This, I presume, is an MTS bed. There we go. No more infection and full health. I don't know how limited quantity that is, but I feel like leaving that would have been a bad idea. Fort Stewart has a complete infection plan of action that has been prepared due to the nature of the material researched at this facility. So they were purposely researching these things. If any symptoms of contamination are observed, the MTS vaccine shall be immediately administered with the use of an MTS station. MTS, Medical Treatment System. Creative naming convention around here, as per usual. It's an automatic self-treatment system independently developed by the U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, USA MRID. It uses the powerful MTS vaccine cocktail to treat any and all types of infectious diseases with great result. Note, the MTS vaccine is currently the most powerful vaccine available. It helps boost the immune system and destroy infected cells. In accordance with Fort Stewart Regulation Article 3, all research staff must carry at least one MTS vaccine at all times. Oh no. I think I just realized another plot point, but I'm not gonna say that one out loud. But I think we can all guess based on that previous cutscene what I'm thinking. I'm gonna save having removed the infection, and I also want to see if that battery charger will continue to recharge me or not. Yes, it does. Okay. It's not a one-use recharge. So that means we can actually more freely use battery charge than I thought, then. I wanted to see if it was like a Resident Evil ink ribbon situation where you'd have a limited quantity for saving, or if it just is going to be limited in certain situations. And the answer is it's the latter. Really don't like the idea of crawling through a vent into absolute inky blackness, but, well, here we are. Don't even really need this flashlight so far. Go ahead and bust that open. Oh. Okay, there's another MTS vaccine. Oh boy. Just gonna back up from that a second. Yep, and that's why we backed up, is they were gonna scatter to the wind like roaches from a light the second we fired on one of them. But I needed to see if this body had something. Nope, just been eaten away. I mean, if you're talking about the body, that's still mostly human. Just, you know, turned into snack food. Oh boy. Probably don't want to be standing on that when it's doing that. Or when it's doing that. Oh, I see. We need to rotate the things so that there's a rail for something to use. Let's not worry about that right now. Because I don't have anything I need to move across a rail, so I'm going to assume I don't need to worry about that at the minute. I could future-proof it, but I don't know which way I need whatever it is to go. So any attempts to do so might just shoot me in the foot. Dr. Jim Jorgensen, the reproduction rate is unbelievable. There must be 100 times more of them than we can actually see. According to my calculations, within 18 hours, this facility will be completely overrun by them. We need to evacuate, but with the blizzard, we don't have a chance. We only have two choices, die in here or die out there. Well, gotta wonder, did they attack to coincide with the blizzard? Like, did they... I assume they were contained here and then they broke containment. Did they break containment purposely because there was a blizzard to seal people in here? Are these things that smart? Because that would be a worrying degree of intelligence. Not even considering the concept that they might somehow be able to control the weather, and that would be a whole other leap of insanity. Fort Stewart Special Directives, Article 14. In the event that the biohazard containment shutters have closed and sealed off the transportation tunnels, permission must be granted by the supervising officer on duty before using the manual override switch. Well, good news. I'm the only officer on duty because everyone else here is dead. Well, me and Banana Lady, but that's neither here nor there. You shitter. They're getting more aggressive about actually attacking me. One knife kills them, though, so I probably should be saving ammo, accepting that I get infected a bit, and then just curing the infection to save resources. So far, that looks like the way they want me to do things. We have a save before coming here, so need be, I can always wait, let things happen. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the looks of that at all. I feel like I'm gonna be glad that I changed the rail. Danger, inflammable explosives. Oh no. A lot of bad's gonna happen from this. Yep, that's about what I figured was gonna happen. I let myself die there, both to see if it was actually going to kill me, and to get rid of the fact that we were infected, so we can easily just go redo that and not be infected anymore. Because we now know that none of those boxes have anything worthwhile in them. So there's no reason to open the bug boxes. Ta-da! Everything is better now. Nothing bad happened. We just had a weird fever dream for a moment. The weird part's the fact that everybody saw it. There's only one problem with this map. Well, two, actually. One, I can't zoom in on it at all, which is unfortunate. Can't, like, move it or zoom it or anything like that. Two, it doesn't show what room I'm in. Like, I know where I am right now because I know I'm in the supply room. But in the future, when I'm in one of those unmarked rooms, it's going to be not ideal. Which is fine because I can navigate. I have basic navigation capabilities, but this is one of those things where it would be nice if it, like, lit up the room we were in or something. Oh. It's just as well that we died because we didn't check this room. Ammunition supply storage unit. The facility shall stock at all times standard rifle ammunition 5.56 NATO rounds inside the ammunition supply storage unit as a countermeasure against enemy or terrorist attacks. What if said enemy or terrorist uses the same ammunition type and gains access to these storage units? You've now just given your enemy tons of ammunition. In the case of an emergency, the ammunition supply storage unit will dispense unlimited rounds to all personnel. Authorization from Fort Stewart Security is required. Yeah. What do you know? Look at all of the authorization I needed in order to refill my ammo there. God, this place's security's a shit show. Like, you've just got a plain old supply room with an infinite bullet machine in it. This also means I don't need to worry about ammunition, which means I can freely just shoot the bugs, which means I don't need to worry about knifing them. So I can immediately reduce my risk. Because even if it means I have to come back here fairly often, that's not that bad. At least at the moment. But what I'm assuming I have to do about that train thing is I need to get up the ladder when it's flying towards me. Since there's a ladder right there, that makes the most sense as a countermeasure to it flying off the rails. The other option, depending on where the rail is pointed before I made the change, is we might be meant to not change where the rail's pointing. We also didn't check this room before that whole thing kicked off. We'll check this room first this time. I think this just leads back to where we were. Yeah, this is just right back where we were moments ago before we went in the supply room. Which also means we don't want to open those boxes. But this door should lead us to the supply room. Yep, okay. So I do know where I am. Just making sure it wasn't another identical drawbridge, in case anybody was wondering why I bothered to open that door. When I knew full well where it was leading. Just in case there was some kind of nonsense afoot, it made more sense to make sure. And yeah, the rail's already out of alignment. So even if I hadn't done what I did, it would have still went off and broke. Okay, he didn't hit me. He just freaked out a bit. And now we can definitely shoot more freely. I don't know if anybody else could even see that, but I saw him. Do this just in case this is a flag for something. Like, he definitely looks like he was both eaten and in the first stages of infection. Once this is done doing its thing, I do actually want to open the boxes. And that may sound crazy, because we know that there were bugs in them. But there's a catch to that. If I open the boxes in here and nothing comes out, that proves my theory that the bugs migrate to a box. That's why I'm gonna do it. But I'm also gonna just shoot the boxes open. Okay, so 2 bugs came out of that box. Which still fits in with my logic so far. This one stayed and fought. The other one went up the ceiling and is still there. He's wiggling around right up there. I don't have a shot at him, but he's there. That one's empty. Empty. 2 bugs. Again, not as worried about ammunition anymore, since we now know that there's infinite bullets available to us. Where'd that little bastard skitter off to? I don't know where he went, actually. He's just gone. There was an item in that one. I'm still leaning toward my theory that they do sometimes migrate into the boxes, because none of those boxes had as many in them. There was only 2 in each one that had any bugs in it. Whereas the last time we were in here, we had boxes dispense like 5 bugs before. So I think they could do either. They go and find a place to hide, or they go into another box. Which is clever if that's true. Like, I could still easily be talking out of my ass here. Also, that door is covered in goop. I wanted to see if that was like a weird red door, if it was covered in stuff. Now that we're closer, we can definitely tell it's just covered in stuff. And we got lots of healing, so we're good on that score. Now here's the biggest question on my mind that's left after the bug idea, though. Can we rotate this in such a way that that train doesn't derail? Judging from the fact that it keeps ending up misaligned every time we rotate it, I'm inclined to say no. Is it gonna rotate again and it's gonna end up just slightly askew again? Yeah. So no matter what you do, it's gonna end up derailing that train. So there's no avoiding the derailment. Because I basically wanted to see if the sequence was going to play out differently depending on how you move the rails. The thing of that is, there's only 2 ways that sequence would have played out anyway. One is the sequence we had where we had to run up the ladder before it got to us or we were gonna die. Or 2, it would have ridden down the rails and hit the closed door and blown up and killed us. So really, either way, we were going to have a problem there. I was just curious if there was a way to make it actually fly down and crash into the wall and kill us, because it would have been funny. I'm gonna grab all the notes and things before we do that sequence, and I'm gonna save so we don't have to clear this room again, in case I screw up getting to the ladder. Because there's every possibility with the way Dennis here moves that we were gonna have a problem. And it's just nice to know that this room is clear. It may not stay clear, because we didn't kill the bugs. Some of the bugs got away. To where? I don't know. I checked the ceilings as we were walking around. Not, like, actually aiming up, but I'm pretty sure I'd be able to see them even just walking through. Since they do stand out a bit. And I didn't see anything, so we'll see what happens when we walk back into that room now. Because that's the other thing I want to test by doing this, is I want to see if they respawn. Is I've noticed there's a split as far as survival horror games go. They either have respawning enemies but give you a lot of ammunition to... Oh, I forgot. Speaking of ammunition, I wanted to go to the other room in here and restock our ammo. That was half the reason I came back here. I think it was this door? Yeah. But yeah, either they give you tons of ammo to accommodate the respawning enemies, or they give you much more limited ammo and don't respawn the enemies. That's usually the two schools of thought with a survival horror game. There are cases where they do both of one or the other. In the case of they respawn the enemies but still don't give you much ammo, so you're just kind of fucked if you fight too much. I think Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare was guilty of that one. I think. I seem to recall having issues regarding that. Like, I cleared out a couple enemies, left a room, came back, and they were back again for reasons. And I was getting upset over that when we cleared that game. So the boxes are back. But the static bugs that were in the room on this guy are still gone. So let's do a test then. This box had... One of these two boxes had bugs in it last time. They're both still empty. So the bugs you don't get when you initially trigger them, they go back in their box when you leave a room and come back. But any bugs you do kill stay dead. Okay, I can live with that. Because that means you can clear rooms and have them stay cleared. That makes me happy. Because it helps a lot to establish the ground rules for how a game works, especially with games like this where you're potentially going to have to be going through areas with limited resources. Now, admittedly, I don't know if having this room be cleared matters that much, but it's just a good lesson as far as clearing goes. Okay, we just barely can make it out of that. And I assume the whole point of that was to break the door open. The fact that they infected the train, though, is interesting. Oh, that's just cheap. Oh, that's not good. Get off my chest. I can't seem to get rid of it. It seems like that whole fighting animation there is pointless because no matter how I mashed, it wouldn't go away. We do have 40% infection, and the text changes too. Green liquid is penetrating my suit and seeping into my skin. The pain is unbearable. Well, let's just go cure that before anything bad happens, shall we? And we now know what happens when they manage to grab you. You get plus 20% infection straight out the gate. Thankfully, we've got multiple MTS injectors right now, so we're fine. We just gotta go cure it reasonably quickly. Because I don't know how fast that number goes up, if it even goes up on its own. but I'm disinclined to find out. Now the train sequence is done, we'll go ahead and save again since we're in here. I know it may seem like I'm saving excessively, but I'm just trying to make sure we never have to repeat things, if I can help it. And we've got a save point, like, a room away, so there's no reason not to save. What are we doing on bullets? We are missing 19 bullets. Does that matter to replace? I mean, we're here. I may as well. There's no point in not. It's the same thing of we're right here, and 19 more bullets is 19 more dead bugs. So it's definitely something I should act on. I'm not going to bother resaving after recharging both of those, because let's be real, more than likely when I come back out of a save, I'm probably going to do that reflexively anyway. So there's no point in fiddling. So far, this is generous for this type of game, and I'm kind of worried about the other shoe dropping on that idea at some point. Oh, the whole train was infected. There's more train back here. We just nearly got crushed by the engine. And there are more bugs from the engine. Yeah, the light definitely makes them easier to see, but we don't need it. Uh-huh. Had a feeling. I can fire a little bit more freely now that we know we have infinite ammo. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's just hanging out on the wall there. Gotcha. This is why that first-person aiming is very helpful. Because otherwise I'd have to fiddle around with the camera angles with this and hope I can get the right angle to see what I'm shooting at well enough to hit it. Or, you know, hope the auto-aim takes it. Really helps ever since I learned that it's just 3 shots to kill them. Oh, that's a bad reload. Thankfully, he just kind of sat there and took it? Huh. Okay. You do you, Mr. Bug. Just methodically clear. No need to hurry. All hurrying's gonna do is get us infected again and waste our resources. I hear something. Like, just barely, I hear something gribbling around. Dog tag event item. Okay. I don't know what event item means in this game yet, but that's a thing. Huh? Thought I heard one of you squirming around here. No. He was in a weird spot that it just wasn't letting me hit him. But thankfully, they fly slow enough you can just kind of walk out of the way of it. That wasn't what was making the squelchy noise, though. Oh, it's the box. Because I heard the noise whenever the box shook. Okay. So that's good to know. This takes 4 battery, huh? We still have enough to save, so this is probably worth doing. Probably also have to do this. But at least we also proved that they reset, so I don't need to worry about that too much.
Commencing shutdown sequence for level 1 lab research area access.
Hey, wait a second. Isn't that...
Yes, that's Banana Lady. She's shutting down the area. Oh, there was no getting away from that one, though. There was too many immediately. On the bright side, they explode when they do that. Why is my knife not hitting them? Remember when I said the other shoe was going to drop at some point? Yeah. That seems like a perfect example of the other shoe dropping on my head. Can I shoot that from here? Sure can. You don't really need to load screen into here, there, game. Okay, so we found another magazine so we can carry more bullets. And we found a vaccine to fix the infection we just got. I didn't really want to break the box, which is why I was shooting him in the tail, but I just could not get a good enough shot to finish him. We're blinking blue, which probably not great. Doesn't seem like the infection's increasing when we're in the water, though. But maybe if we get hit when we're in the water or something, it's worse. Warning, since the infection within the facility, blackouts have been reported in several areas. When navigating in the dark, utilize the light on the tactical grip unit installed on the assault rifle in order to proceed with caution. While on patrol, keep in mind that the small life forms known as bugs tend to prefer the dark. Oh. Yet further comparisons to roaches. I hear them, but I don't see them. The spool is in the way.
Activate the conveyor, I'll be able to move this.
Good thought. There's also an explosive right next to it, though. Oh, fine. When we get to the top of the ladder, I'm going to check our infection again and see if it actually increased without something happening. Well, he missed. Type B recovery. Nope. So I think our infection only changes if we get hit. So I think we don't actually need to worry that much about it, as long as we're not, like, at 80%. Just means Dennis is having a bad day. Which, honestly, everything about this is a bad day, so I feel like he's kind of stuck with a bad day no matter what we do here. And so he's just gonna have to suck it up. Can't break a window. Okay. There we go. Got him. I was just gonna break the window and go in that way, but apparently I can't do that. Jiggle, jiggle. There's probably like a way in through the top or something that they want me to use. There's all these boxes behind the fence there. Well, let's push random button number this one. Beep. Okay, that lifts that and releases a bunch of bugs into the room. I'm so glad I did that. Nothing about that was a bad idea at all. Not in the slightest. God damn you. He just happened to be close enough to the wall that he slid right up to it. There we go. So that undid the mess I made. Don't really know what the point to lifting that was either. Doesn't seem like there was one aside from releasing bugs into the room, which is obviously not what I wanted. Forklift? Ah, I see what you're thinking there, Dennis. Picking up what you're putting down. Not gonna break these boxes. Not right now. I think it's safe to say at least a couple of those are gonna have bugs in them. And we don't need resources so badly that it's worth me fighting bugs for them right now. Oh, hopefully you can clear this jump, Dennis. Dennis, please. Pretty sure I have to make that jump. So I think I just needed to be like a step closer to the edge because he was very close to making that. We just gotta get there. I hear a bug again. Ah. Or maybe I'm not meant to make that? Here. I mean, you would think he'd just climb up these and then just hop the fence. It wouldn't be that hard. Considering the things we've seen him grab onto and climb up. This shouldn't be that complicated a concept, but no, we gotta go around the long way. I'm getting so tired of that alarm as well, I gotta say. Just the boom, 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 boom. Like, obviously the point to lifting that up was so that we could make it across. Okay, there's not like a double tap to run or anything. My stick clicking is active. I've used it in other games before, so I know that that works. Yes, I know about the spool, Dennis. I wanted to just hop the fence, my dude. Come on. I mean, hell, you wouldn't even have to hop the fence. Literally just squeeze around it. There's room. Where? Oh, there he is. Die. I wonder how long that thing was following me around for, because I kept hearing it, but I never saw it. So I assume it was always, like, right behind me the whole time, just out of sight. Just being a quiet little menace to society. Yeah, you would think he would, like, grab the ledge or something. So I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do, is clear that jump. But either I need to take, like, one more step toward the edge, or he needs to grab that and he's just not grabbing. His odds are interacting with the forklift again isn't gonna help, because all that would do would raise it higher, and that doesn't change our situation at all. No, I was off the ground that time and nothing happened, so... Lowering that wouldn't help any. I don't even know why lowering that's an option. Like, at this rate, I may as well bust up these boxes just to make sure there's not a key item hiding in one of them that I need. I don't know where you came from. I think they're just slowly spawning, because I thought I had the room cleared before, and then one just randomly showed up before, too. Hello. Ah, okay. Give me a second, y'all. Apparently the game's only like 6 hours, so actually, that's a thing. That isn't what I was trying to check, though. What I'm checking is to make sure that I'm not missing a means to run. No, apparently there is just no run button. Okay, the left stick click is a reload. That's one thing I didn't understand. So I guess let me find this part and figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do, because it's not making sense. Yeah, taking a run up allows you to jump further. How does one get a run up? There's clearly something I'm not understanding. I am so confused. Clearly, what I'm trying to do just isn't a part of what I'm supposed to be doing at all. That's the only thing I can gather from this. It's like I purposely didn't find the solution, but I skimmed the box about this room to see if there was any kind of information about jumping.
Damn, it's locked.
Hey, you're that girl from before. I'm trying to get to Building B. How do I get there?
You're still here? Use the elevator.
Elevator? What elevator?
You can reach the ground facility by using that freight elevator.
How do I activate it?
What's this?
It's the security code to unlock this door. Type it into the command center's computer.
Then what?
I'll give you what you need to operate the elevator. Get to the ground level, find your friends, and get out of here.
Hey! Damn.
Okay. Ah. So it was just because I didn't trigger that cutscene because I was so committed to trying to climb up there. That was the entire problem. Okay, so it's what? 51209. Her handwriting kind of sucks. Just gonna quickly snap a picture of that so I don't need to come look at it again. There we go. Because obviously she wrote it backwards because it's on a window. She would have had to have accounted for the fact that we would be seeing it in order for her to have written it any other way. So... So I was just barking up the wrong tree, and that's why this entire thing was more of a headache than it needed to be. Nothing new there. Ever since those overgrown cockroaches showered me with that inky green liquid they spit out, my back's in extreme pain, like something stabbing me from the inside. It's developed into some kind of boil. Now every time my skin touches water, an intense prickling pain runs through my body. What's wrong with me? There used to be so many scientists around the facility, now you can't find a single one. Security officers won't say a thing, it's like it's some kind of damn conspiracy. Something big must have happened here. I knew I shouldn't have come to a classified base in the middle of nowhere. Too late for regrets now. Well, the less people that know, the better, usually. Now, she said it was the code for this door, and I needed to get to the command center. Why is it saying infection plus 50% on my screen now? I guess it's just saying my infection's over 50%, and that's a problem? I guess let's go get that fixed before we continue with this room, then, shall we? Like, it's constantly bugging me that I can't run. Oh, wait. Hang on. Hang on, I might have realized something. Give me a second. Guess who forgot something that probably is important? Because this is probably stick sensitivity problems. Yep, there it is. So, remember when I changed things for Darkwatch a long time ago? Guess who never thought to change that back? Because it never mattered for anything else? that explains why there wasn't a run button or anything indicating this is how you run or anything. Because everything assumed your sticks were working correctly and you could run. I had a feeling it was something that stupid, but I didn't even think about that. Because my memory the whole time was telling me, no, you were able to run from the start, because I ran off of things before, kind of like that. Which admittedly now the sticks are too sensitive and I'm going to be running like everywhere, because I restored it to defaults to do it quickly. So I may need to take a second to fix that. Because even the lightest touch is making him run, so give me a quick second to fix that again. I know it spoils the illusion of this being original hardware a bit, but nature of beast and all of that. There we go. Let's try that. Okay, now I can walk and run. Yeah, and now he jumps further, and now we can make that jump that I knew we needed to make. I knew we had to be able to make this jump. Aha! Had a feeling this is what I needed to do, just a matter of getting him to do it was the whole problem. So what does this even do for me? Because there's goop on the wall there. And I know I said I was going to go get rid of our infection, and then I forgot about doing that when I fixed the stick problem. We'll fix it in a moment. Okay, I can't cross that. I don't really want to drop off of here because I'm going to break my legs. There's definitely new bugs in the room because I can hear them screeching at me. So I have to assume coming up here was not in the current sequence of events. I must have done something out of order. Or can I shoot the red goop? I never did try. You know, it makes squelchy noises, but it doesn't seem to care beyond that. Oh, my aiming is going to be a lot faster now, and I'm not entirely happy about that. Like, I am, but I'm not, if that makes sense. Because the in-game sensitivity seems okay. He's still, but now the stick sensitivity is definitely a lot faster. Nice roll. Now, the most important question is going to be, can I actually get back? Yeah. I am allowed to go all the way back. This means we can get a restock on ammo and battery and everything as well, while we fix the 60% infection we've got. He's also making his way through those vents a little bit quicker, I think? I'm still worried that we're curing things like that too early, and we're gonna end up running out of MTS vaccines. But now that I can actually run, I can definitely dodge attacks better. Oh, wow. It's a good thing we came back here. We had 9 bullets left. Oh, boy. That would have ended in tears. Just as well we got stuck, huh? That would have been disastrous. Did I recharge my battery already? I did, right? Let me just make sure. Yep, already at full charge. Very good. Now we'll go ahead and save having that chunk of the room done, since we're here. God damn it. Why do you default to no? I was mashing to try to get that other screen to go away quicker, which obviously didn't work. I feel like the game timer saying minute 15 and the stream timer saying minute 50 doesn't match up, even accounting for the deaths. I feel like that's too big a time difference. I would have figured we would have only lost like 20 minutes, not 45. 35? Yeah, 35. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Oh, good. Now that I can run into fire. That's helpful. I'm glad I've unlocked the ability to run into fire. Sometimes I wonder about myself. Fun fact, there's a lot of those times. Now, she said it was the code to that door, though. But she said we had to use the command center. Now that we got the spool out of the way, I assume that's all involving up here. Fort Stewart Special Directives, Article 13. All personnel stationed at Fort Stewart shall be provided an access card key. It is mandatory to carry the card key at all times. There are two types of card keys Alpha and Beta, which are assigned based on security clearance. The owner of each card is responsible for their key card, and loss or damage due to irresponsible behavior will be penalized. Aha, this is the way to the control room. I'm terrified of these barrels in this space. Okay, good. I can't stab a barrel and blow myself up. That's good news. They just left. Okay. Shotgun shells. Interesting. Fort Stewart Special Directives, Article 18. In the case of an emergency security lockdown, the Level 1 lab access door will be completely sealed. To open the door from the outside, access the command center's computer and input the security code. Under no circumstances shall the security code be disclosed to non-research personnel without authorization. Well, good news. It's been disclosed to me, and holy fuck, it's dark in here. Oh, I'm gonna hate this. Uh-huh. That's why I was gonna hate it. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like the wiggly jiggly. Don't like that. Thank you, auto-aim. Okay, that just slows me down a bunch. That's fine. Also, can I just say that just having a flashlight on would not light this area up nearly as much as it is? Like, it just turns the whole damn room on. And as grateful as I am for that, that definitely doesn't work that way. Where'd he go? There was a bug right behind me. I saw him. I don't think I got him. Just vanished. Ha. Funny how actually being able to move properly helps immensely in combat, huh? Still hear another one. Where is he? Oh, there he is. Oh, he got me. Fuck you. So we have a little bit of an infection problem again. Not as much, though. We've only got 10%, so we're fine. Just sucks. Just really sucks to be Dennis today. Ah, needed an alpha, a security card. Which we don't have. Because we don't belong here. You know, crazy idea. Crazy idea. Maybe send your Marines in with the security cards for the place you're sending them to, since this is a US installation. Just you know, just a thought there. Send them in with the stuff they need. Obviously they should have copies of those types of things. Sure, maybe it's not a standardized system, but I feel like something like that could be prepared for anyway. But then again, we also got knocked out of the air partway here. Maybe somebody does have those, and we just aren't with them. Oh hey, this is the melted bridge I saw that concerned me greatly. The other one just got the hell out, I think. Just not gonna pay attention to the wall sphincter right now. Ernie Hartman. This morning I woke up to the sound of something crawling on the ceiling. Couldn't have been a mouse. None could survive and breed in the extreme cold of the Antarctic. What was it? Now I can hear it more clearly. It sounds like some sort of slime oozing and there's a slow, sickening groan. Slime zombies. Yeah, that thing's apparently indestructible. Can I stab the sphincter? No. Okay. Oh, we're just gonna ignore that then. Moving right along. I did learn that there's apparently a community that speedruns this game, and apparently the speedrun mostly involves not killing anything and running for your life.
Roger. Damn it. How could this happen?
I get the feeling Roger's gonna conveniently get up now, isn't he? No? Not yet? Okay. Is he still twitching down there? So he's not dead. He's gonna get up. No one can convince me that he's not gonna get up at some point. Oh, I hate it here. I don't know where he went. I can just get away from him. Only barely caught that one. If I hadn't shot him, he was gonna get me. Another magazine. It would really help if these magazines actually were full. But I presume these are the magazines of people who were fighting for their lives out here. So of course they're not going to be full. He's so lucky I ended up hitting the venting instead of him, because that would have hit him. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, and he's got a friend, too. Oh, nice for them. They'll die together. Oh, his friend's got a friend, too. I see it. Can't hit that, though. Not counting. Oh. I saw something move above me and I got concerned. Also, apparently they're immune to electricity, so that's a thing. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to hit him. That's why I hesitated. Let it go. Not the one I was looking for, but I'll take having an angle at that one to get rid of him. Running away just sold out your friend, you know. Just show yourself and end this. Yeah, okay. You know, they probably don't really have any attachment to each other, do they? It would be slightly weird for weird alien bugs to have much of a connection to each other when they breed like rabbits. I hate this plant. Oh, why did you choose now to do a baby jump there, Dennis? Why? Michael Badham. These monstrous bugs have even invaded the command center before we knew what was happening. The foul green liquid they spit out even seems to infect the ground it lands on, mutating it into a putrid mass. The command center computer here controls all the base's main systems. If it's infected by those bugs, God knows what'll happen to the rest of the base. The scariest thing is if the heating control circuit is damaged, the whole base is going to be E20 below in a matter of hours. Oh, that's going to happen too, isn't it? Oh, no. Who's gonna survive in that? When is the rescue unit coming? I still haven't heard anything from the upper brass. What the hell are they keeping from us? If cold feet was a jumping problem, he would have failed to jump earlier. God damn it, Dennis. Okay, another MTS vaccine. Up. Oh, son of a bitch. No, 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 no. Fort Stewart Special Directives Article 5. The entrance to the maximum security area attached to the lower level of the command center must remain sealed during an emergency unless otherwise instructed. Well, what's down there that's so important? Oh, this is actually the room I saw in one of the demo things, I think, because I recognize this little floor plate thing. U.S. Level 1 classified document, eyes only. A Fort Stewart security overview. Inside the Fort Stewart facility, a compartmental access control system has been installed to ensure base security. Normal access to compartments is determined by the classification level encoded in a person's keycard. Access to a lab area will be automatically secured if the system detects a physical and environmental abnormality. If for any reason the security lockdown does not release after the situation returns to normal, the lockdown can be manually overridden using the computer terminal in the command center with the approval of an authorized researcher. Use the security code of a researcher with access to the research labs for manual override, which is why we have her code now, so that we can use the override. Oh, that's dirty. I don't like that. I don't like that being right there. That's gonna go kaboom. Right, going around that. Because that is so very obviously a trap. Oh, I can't go around it though, huh? Another dog tag. Oh, time for bad idea number 2 then, huh? Ah, bad idea number 2 worked. Okay, very good. Because in theory, cutting it was going to be better than walking through it because there'd be a pressure difference in the way the line broke. And apparently I was correct. That's a good question. Considering the existing bugs we've been seeing would just slide right under or over that. Robert Cameron, I just realized a week ago during my equipment inspection rounds, I happened to see several security officers carrying boxes into the level 1 lab area. I have a feeling that they were delivering gun parts. They must have known what was going to happen here. No, that can't be right, can it? I mean, somebody might have just had a hunch. I have to assume, though, that the trip mine is probably actually for people that were infected. Like our old friend Roger. You know, man-sized infested problems. Security lockdown is active. Enter ID number to deactivate. Now let's see if I read this right. 5, 1, 2. That I must assume is a 4, considering it's squared off compared to the other one that would then be a 9. 4, 7, 9, 1. I missed a digit somewhere. Oh, yep, I missed a 0. Starting over. Because I got too focused on translating the way that other one was written. ID number confirmed. Please wait. Okay, so I did read that right. Security lockdown deactivated. Access restored to level 1 lab. Security. Da-da-da-da. I probably should have saved after doing that, but it's fine. It's a quick enough code to tap back in again, now that I've confirmed that those numbers are correct. Infection 20 plus. Oh, I think it actually did go up that time. That might have been a, hey, your infection is very slowly increasing warning. Oh yeah, want to see a neat trick Nick Dennis can do? He's actually got a clip that he can attach himself to these hanging things with so you can shoot from the ladder. I saw this in one of the demo reels, and I was very actually impressed with this game allowing you to shoot from ladders like this. That's actually very nice. And he's not like one-handing the gun in any kind of crazy weird fashion or anything. He just has a belt clip. That said, don't mind the way that it's clipping through him. That part's a little weird, but the rest of it's cool. I just had to point that out. And the fact that it also extends automatically is a little weird, but again, don't need to think about it that hard. It's just a neat convenience thing. This place is such a mess, though. Okay, no, it just said 20 plus again. I wonder if it's just alerting me because I have a non-zero infection. And the game's like, hey, you might want to do something about that. Okay, what is the point of me being up here, game? Okay, I can grab that. I assume then that this is to get me around the wall sphincter that is now deploying bugs. Yeah, I think these things are just spawners. I think they're just spitting bugs out. Because we cleared this room, but now it's full of bugs again. They do also slow me down a bunch, though, which I don't appreciate. Hmm. How am I doing on ammo? 39. Okay, we got enough to get through here. I was worried that we are going to be very low on ammo, and then suddenly very bad things were going to ensue. Because while we found some shotgun shells, we still don't have any means of using them. Which makes me wonder if I missed a shotgun somewhere, or if that's just, hey, you're getting a shotgun soon, teaser or ammo. There's also the possibility that there might be like an underbarrel shotgun that we might get too, instead of a conventional full shotgun. Before we activate her scene, let's go get ammo. Because we don't know what's going to happen once we open the door that she's behind. I feel like just all hell's going to break loose at that point, so I'd rather be prepared. Like, it's probably me just being overcautious, but better overcautious and fully loaded on bullets than undercautious, out of ammo, and dead. Also, I propose to rename him to Densis. Densis, the densest man around. I went through the wrong door. It's a pity we can't just take this off the wall and bring it with us. But then again, logistically, how would that even work? Yeah, you know, there are no masks or anything, you're right. There's no, like, hazmat suits or anything anywhere we've been so far. So that begs the question, one, how did she get one? Which I presume it's just because she was down in a lower access area. Probably closer to where these things were actually being kept. So there were suits there, but at the same time, it's just like, why? Why are there not suits just around? At least not so far, yeah. Yeah. I can't imagine breathing that stuff in when they spew it at you is any good for you. You know, that's how it grosses you from the inside out. Because you gotta think, if it's making your skin melt and doing all kinds of awful things like that, imagine what it would do to your lungs. Ooh. Ooh. Just absolutely nothing good about that. Just one sniff of the goop and, well, there goes your nose. You don't have one anymore. Hope you enjoyed having it while it lasted. Let's see if Dennis will get the answers he's seeking that have already been right in front of his face the entire time. Or if she's already scampered off somewhere by the time we get back here. And what do you know? She's gone. Somehow. Ooh. Okay, we actually have a new scope. Sure. Give me an actual scope mount. Look at that. Oh no, she's over there. Hang on, using my scope. Learning things. Getting bullets. More shotgun shells for a shotgun I don't have. I don't think she's wearing the mask right now.
So, you got out okay. It was you, Cindy?
Dun dun dun.
I've been worried about you.
Big
I haven't
reveal.
been able to contact you ever since that day.
Dennis, is it really just a coincidence that you're here? Regardless, I don't have anything left to say to you. Just leave me alone.
I knew you were here before I came. I was concerned for your safety.
Don't you realize what you did? I'm telling you, I have nothing more to say.
Cindy, this is no time to fight. Let's talk about that later. What on earth happened to this place? What's going on down here?
Why did the military send your team in instead of just bombing this place? Don't they know what's going on here?
No.
Even brave soldiers like you won't be able to get this situation under control. The Pentagon misjudged this one.
Shocking.
How do these monsters fit in?
This could be the beginning of the end of the world as we know it. The worst scenario that mankind has ever faced just began. There will be no future for us if we don't act. Hurry up and get to Ground Facility Building B. Go back home with your friends and tell your military that their dirty little plan has become a nightmare. This facility needs to be completely wiped out.
What about you?
I still have something to finish here. Let me give you this. Use it to activate the underground storage elevator. The elevator will take you to ground level. Now go, if you want to find the rest of your team. Dennis.
About Roger. I'm sorry.
I know. It doesn't seem real. Cindy, I'll wait for you to make it safely back to Building B.
And that's how you get everybody killed. Oh yeah, there you go. There's the underbarreled shotgun like I was talking about. Expecting to find. Now, the thing is, I lose my flashlight. Seems like only in crazy dark places am I gonna need that, so... Look at that stupid thing. That is not how those work, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's a lot bigger than most underbarrel shotguns are. But maybe I'm wrong. They never usually look that out of place. Because that's definitely just a shotgun without the stock on it, stuck to the bottom of the barrel of the gun. I could have swore they were usually modified to be at least a little less awkward than that. But maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. Yeah, and apparently it turns invisible when you don't need it anymore, because there's just nothing there. Nothing holding it on there. It's just floating. Oh boy. This game's just the gift that keeps on giving for stupid nonsense sometimes. Now, elevator. I'm assuming the elevator... Jesus Christ, this pillar. I assume this is the elevator, since she said it was a storage elevator. It would make sense for it to be connected to the conveyor. Now, what kind of big scary monster is going to come out of this door? Oh, yeah. The sound it made cut off very weirdly. Tough guy, aren't you? And I absolutely agree. This place should have been bombed to the ground, since clearly they knew what they were studying here. So the second the facility went dark, they should have just pinged a couple of times. Get no response? Okay, Burn it down, destroy it. Because the simple logic's there that sending people in just adds another vector for infection. Does that mean you're gonna blow a couple innocent people up? Oh, probably. But a situation like that's kind of unavoidable in a scenario like this. And, you know, there's also the crazy idea that maybe you shouldn't have been fucking with things like this in the first place. Because we still haven't gotten any context as to where the hell this stuff came from. Like, clearly there's people that know. Like, did they find it in the Arctic, or did they bring it out to the Arctic to contain it while they worked on it? Did they... Maybe they made it, too. There's always that possibility. The good old military superweapon turns into, oh god, everything is awful situation. Oh. Another dog tag. I don't know why he exploded in, like, weird holy light. That was kind of strange. We're in decent shape and we still have most of our ammo, so I'm not gonna run off. I was debating going back to our usual save point. Elevator? Oh. Ah, there we go.
What the hell?
Oh, good. So, I have to assume she's probably going to go, like, set explosives or do something to destroy this place while we're trying to get out of here, and that's why she's sending us off. That's probably gonna be the whole thing with that plot point. Because she seems very dead set on this place being destroyed. So it would make logical sense that she's going to ensure that it gets destroyed while ensuring the only people she knows are alive get out without worrying about further survivors, because there's also the simple fact that we would fight that whole plan, most likely. Because what if there's more people alive somewhere, and then that just turns into a whole thing.
A perfect shot of our hero who destroyed the monster.
What the hell are you doing here with your fucking camera?
You're from Special Forces, right? You came to destroy this facility. I'm Travis Miller, freelance journalist. I've been investigating this facility for 5 years. Something suspicious about this place. I finally managed to sneak in, and all of a sudden, I'm in a horror movie.
What the hell happened here? Answer me.
They didn't tell you anything?
Of course not.
There was an accident here. A big one.
An accident? What kind?
They lost control of something they were researching here. Probably some bioweapon.
I'm going to ground facility building B. How do I get there from here?
Oh, that's where your friends are, huh? This could be another chance for a big scoop.
Are you gonna tell me or not?
Hey, take it easy. Go out into the snowfield and look for the bright lights. They look like stadium lights. You can't miss them. The building under the light without an awning is building B. But find the control room first.
Really should just kill this man. I feel like he's gonna be a
You also might
problem.
want to hang on to this.
Where'd you steal that from?
Now, if you don't mind, I'll keep looking around. I'm gonna get the story of the century here.
I don't know why his dialogue's at weird pacing. Cindy's voice was doing the same thing. That's why I'm suspicious of him. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for him to be alive. Ah, his card. No, at least he has some useful notes on it. Some tools are in the boiler room adjacent to the freight elevator, an Arctic parka and other items. Arctic parkas are required for outdoor activities in the extreme cold of the South Pole. That makes sense. The control room in the back is connected to the water filtration plant. Like, I have to assume he hasn't been here long. Like, he probably got here, like, right before we did or something. Or he may have even just got in here now. And that's why he's not dead yet. That's what was bugging me, yeah. The thing is, this was a top secret, high security base. I could kind of see it taking him a while to get a hold of some means of access. Like maybe waiting for one of them when they're off duty to get drunk enough that they let slip their key card or something like that. And today may have just happened to be the day where there weren't enough guards out because they're all too busy getting eaten. So there's logic to that. That said, investigating it for 5 years is kind of crazy. This is the 5th time we've recorded an earthquake. This facility was built with a perfectly quake-proof, quake-absorbing structure because it was built near an old nuclear testing facility. Oh no. No prize for guessing why the nuclear testing facility part makes me unhappy. So this facility should never shake, but I feel it. These are no ordinary earthquakes, or are they even earthquakes at all? The seismometer is showing a pattern that is far from what a natural quake would look like. Well, it's more like a pulse. A pulse at the epicenter, 250 meters underground. Oh, no. All of that is just giving me bad vibes. I hate everything about what I just read. No. So, I may as well explain what I'm thinking. One, I'm anticipating that there's going to, for some reason, be a nuclear weapon still at that testing facility. And that's going to somehow become a plot device toward the end of the game, I'm almost certain. Where we use it to blow up the base or something stupid like that. Or at least that's what Cindy's going to try to do. And then we're probably going to have to stop that just so, you know, nuclear winter problems don't happen. Or the nuclear testing facilities where these things came from. That's another option. Though, back on this journalist guy, where's he been these 5 years that he's been investigating this place? We're in the goddamn Arctic. It's not like there's other houses around or anything. It's not like there's a town nearby that's weirded out by this place. How did he even find out this place existed in the first place? Like, that's question one on that one, is like, how did he find this in the first place? Like, I guess that's part of the 5 years is finding this place in the first place? That would kind of make sense. Like, maybe he just got wind of a top secret military project and then followed the project here? That would make some sense, and it just becomes a matter of the phrasing on that ends up being dodgy. Which, I don't know where the development company for this is from. It's like Deep Space or something for Sony? Yeah, Deep Space Inc. under Sony Computer Entertainment. So, I don't know if this was originally in English or if it had to be translated into English. Because that could change all of the wording for a lot of things, and that might be where the wording ends up getting a little weird. So I'd be willing to ignore that if that's a translation thing. And of course, you know, he's not gonna detail his entire life story to the guy holding him down with a knife either. I guess I need to go out in the snow even though I don't have a parka yet? Like, I assume if I straight up couldn't do this, it wouldn't have let me go out here. Okay, so I've got a map of the outside now. So there's an infirmary slash bar. Because that's a good combination of ideas. Roof, parking lot. Okay. Now there's the parka. Which I assume will keep us from freezing to death out in the blizzard, even though it's just a parka. Doesn't help his legs, doesn't help his hands or his feet or his head. Well, I guess the hood would help his head a bit. There's still a lot wrong with this concept. Crowbar. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we in business. Water filtration plant. I'm worried about the fact that that's in quotes as well. That supplies water to the compound is accessible from the ground level through special Arctic region manholes. The manholes are normally operated by the command center's computer, but during a disaster or emergency, they can be manually opened with a crowbar. Which is what we need the crowbar for, and why this has a crowbar opener sign on it. So you would think with how long he's been investigating this place, you would think he'd be scared off when everything went dark and quiet and weird. You'd think he would have left. But I guess the blizzard's preventing him from leaving. Just like everybody else. Then again, he is a journalist, and I've known many a journalist to not be able to leave well enough alone. I mean, yeah. But dying for your scoop isn't gonna get you your scoop, either. Flamethrower. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a second. This rifle can get a flamethrower attachment. Because it said it was specifically for this rifle's flamethrower mount. This can get a flamethrower attachment. That either is going to have like a minuscule amount of fuel or it's going to be massive. Cheeky bastards. Lot of bullet deposits around here. They really expect me to be hosing through bullets around here. Or shotgun shells. It's a pity they didn't load shotgun shells into the bullet dispensary. But I guess loading multiple kinds of bullets would be a bit much to ask for. Well, that teaches us what those do. Exactly as expected, they explode. I noticed it right as I ran into it. There was just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Doesn't do a lot of damage, though, so I'm not that scared of those anymore. I mean, it makes splats like it's taking damage. We do have infinite ammo nearby, actually, so let's see if anything even happens if I just sit here and shoot this a bunch. Gonna go out on a limb and assume that's not working. So we can't go this way yet. Unless I'm meant to, like, climb up that or something. Which I guess is possible? Yeah, I emptied 60 rounds into it, and nothing happened. Pretty confident that that doesn't get destroyed. Oh, piss off. So there's gonna be another one that's gonna drop down on me now? No? Just you? Good. Oh yeah, I didn't actually show this properly. But you'll notice there's an entire modular weapon system to this game. This is one of the things that attracted me to this when I was playing around with it before. Is I just really like this. I like that this is an option. Oh, I thought I had to find this. I didn't even look in here. There we go, now we got burst fire. So it should kill them in one burst every time, theoretically, as long as none of the bullets miss. That'll make me go through bullets faster, but it should make some parts of this a little bit easier, probably. Okay. Yeah, because that's the lower part. Yeah, we don't have anything for that yet. And we don't have any of those. Thing is, I can't get... I guess maybe we're meant to go back out? Let's try climbing up this before we go back out. Nope, can't do anything here. Okay, very good. Which, that's another note, is we found a save point and more bullets, but we haven't found another place to use vaccine things yet. So that's worth keeping in mind. Seems like they're not that smart. Ah, that's how the burst fire works. Okay, if I tap the button, it fires once anyway. If I hold the button, it'll fire off the burst. That's actually very intelligent of the game. I'm so used to games where you just tap the button when you're in burst fire mode and it fires the full burst no matter what you did. That basically means there's no reason for me to not be in burst fire mode at all times in this game, unless we get another fire mode at some point. Because I was worried about, one, accuracy starting to go to the wind with burst fire mode, and two... Oh, wait! This is the other side of that spot we were just looking at. Yeah. Pretty sure it is. Yep. So we could have cut through that and dropped down and we would have gotten to the same place we were. So we didn't actually miss anything there then. Okay. That's good information to have. That also tells us that we can cut through those, like, vine things without needing any special equipment. Now, the question is, do I have to put the parka on, or is he smart enough to put it on when we go outside? Okay, he's smart enough to put it on his own. Very good. Another dog tag. Which, here's a whole other question. Oh, there we go. That answers that question. Special ID tag for recon squad member, Private First Class Hans Grant, Lance Corporal Arthur McDonald, Corporal Ross Dixon, Lieutenant Matt Stugart, Private First Class Hans Grant is the same one we just saw, so it looped. Okay. So basically, what I'm getting from what I was going to say before I even saw the names on those is I was assuming those were the dog tags from our team. And the description for these gives that away. Because why would there be a recon squad here other than mine? So either they were losing their dog tags or they're dead.
A frozen corpse. This is First Lieutenant Matt Shugart? He's holding a battery-operated detonator. What was he planning to do with this?
Go out with a bang? Oh, yeah. Actually, I assume he was going to use it to... yeah. Apparently, I was still a little too close. But yeah, the idea was to bring that tower down to use it as a bridge, I think.
Oh no, the steel tower!
That was the plan, genius. It's okay. Ta-da! I gotta love how he sets off detonators without questioning what they're attached to, for one. Two, he obviously could have seen and heard the bomb beeping on the tower just like I did. So why is he surprised when the tower fell down after he blew the goddamn tower up? What did he think was gonna happen?
That didn't sound too good.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. That didn't sound too good, as a man screams in pain. What is wrong with this man? How many times has he been dropped on his head to end up this way? I don't like what I just saw out of the corner of my eye. Because it looks like they can either turn invisible or teleport or something. Invisible. That's what they do. They turn invisible. Good. Good. I mean, he's actually a pretty good shot. I'll give him that. At least in my hands, he's proving to be a pretty good shot. Oh, my lord. Oh, we're dead. So... not gonna lie, I'm gonna take the heat for that one because I poked it. Probably shouldn't have poked it. That's on me. But I didn't expect it to tank piles of bullets and shotgun shells and multiple stab wounds and be otherwise unaffected. We now need to go get the parka and the crowbar and all of that again, I believe. Yep. Well, at least it's not that far. It's just a bit of an inconvenience. I also could have swore there was a save thing over there, and I thought I used it. But maybe I was wrong, and that's why this has all gone wrong. But on the bright side, we get to blow up the tower again. That was fun. I liked blowing up the tower. I also appreciate that he automatically picks up the parka. So you can't jackass so hard that you don't pick up the parka. Because I've definitely missed key items like that in games before. Just because I didn't realize they were going to be a thing. So them guaranteeing that you get that isn't a bad thing. It's like, hey, stupid, grab a parka. You're cold. Yeah, I could have swore there was a save point down here by the bullets. But I may have just assumed I saved, not realizing I hadn't saved. And I guess we could try going down this way this time and see if something different happens. Oh yeah, and we won't get blown up this time, so that's a good thing, I guess. I guess we can count that as a victory, that I don't go kaboom. There is, in fact, no earth-shattering kaboom. Shotgun shells. Yeah, there was actually, like, no point in coming down here, was there? I just realized all we got from coming down into here at the moment was shotgun shells because we don't have a beta card yet. Huh. Really hits home when you end up looking at that a second time, just how pointless coming down here was. So I can't even say that it was for the bullet refill, because there was a bullet refill back where we just were like 2 feet ago. It's a little weird when you think about it. Almost makes me think I missed something in here. Oh wait, yeah, there was the flamethrower tank in the side path here too. So I guess it's just a path for sub-weapon ammo. Which this really just looks like a thing full of shotgun shells with the yellow bit there. Inside a red box. I'm looking forward to getting the flamethrower attachment. Not to use it, but just to see how absurd it looks. Because I'm sure it's going to be goofy looking. And it's going to be great. This is when I'm going to be immensely disappointed when we do get it, because it's just going to be like a little tube that has a tank attached to it. And I'm just going to be sad. Oh, it must have just been the battery thing that I saw. So I saw a green light in that direction when I turned. But I think my brain just skewed where I saw the green. Now that we know how bad things get up there, let's go ahead and save, shall we? Like a smart person would. Since we got a battery refill anyway. Oh, he's gone as well. That was another thing I was thinking about, is would he disappear if we left and came back? And the answer to that question is yes. Now, one small problem is if I don't go back and recharge our battery, when we charge up the detonator, we're gonna run out of battery power. So I think what I'm gonna do is after we set off the explosives, I'll go ahead and save again. And I know that's going to end up being very redundant that I'm doing that. But what I'm going to do... Oh, wait, no, I can't do it that way, actually. I was going to say I was going to set off the explosives, save, and then recharge our battery to full. But since I saved before doing it, I'm actually not going to have the battery power in order to do that. Oh, yeah, I didn't actually read this. That thing I killed a moment ago managed to damage the insulation on my suit with its last flailing grasp. Jesus, this freaking cold temperature is making my fingers numb. Damn it. Damn. Somebody, anyone who finds this note, attach a battery onto this detonator for me. I'm done for.
A frozen corpse? This is First Lieutenant Matt Shugart?
Yeah. Shugart's dead. We're gonna blow up a thingy. You're gonna be shocked that the tower's blowing up when we set off the explosives to blow up the tower. But hey, I didn't get myself blown up this time. I got out of there quick enough this time to not get thrown across the room.
The steel tower.
Oh, apparently I can't skip the oh no, the steel tower cutscene. Oh, I actually can't go back. And I actually got pelted with debris this time. That's upsetting. How much damage did I take? And can I... Okay, I can go back now. I don't know if it actually hurt at all, because I don't know if we were injured before or not. I feel like I was walking around with some partial injuries from the previous incident. Why? Oh, brain. Hang on. I just realized I went back to the exact situation I was talking about of I don't have enough battery power to do the thing I wanted to do, but I went and did it anyway, assuming it would somehow magically work. Yes, you know, because blowing up a tower gives you back your battery power. That's clearly how batteries work. Brain, please. Don't be as dense as Dennis. There's only room in this game for one Dennis. This way, when we go face to face with weird Muto dogs again, we don't have as big a problem. Because even if we die, we don't have to go through all of that nonsense again. And can I also say that I've been regularly disappointed with the shotgun in this game? It does nothing, it seems. Because, like, I'm obviously not going to waste it on regular bugs. Because that would just be stupid. But against all of the big things we've encountered, it feels like I'm just shooting wet paper or napkins at them. For all the impact it has on them.
That didn't sound too good.
Like, sure, our rifle doesn't exactly have huge impact on them either, but I also wouldn't expect base rifle fire to, like, push them back or anything. I would kind of figure a shotgun blast would at least, like, nudge them backwards a little. Ah, I found the flamethrower unit. Maybe that will work. Oh yeah, I didn't actually take a look at it either. I'm so mad that my second thought for it was correct. He's clearly so concerned. I'm actually kind of mad that my statement about it probably just being a tube with a tank attached to it was going to be what it was going to look like. And yeah, that's basically what it is. It's a tube with a tank attached to it and a trigger. The tanks are the same size as the ones we were picking up, too. They're just tiny tanks. I'm just as disappointed as I thought I was going to be. Message for Team Red Light. To get into ground facility building B, go through the water filtration plant via the control room behind the building. The route is strategically sealed. To complete this mission, I'm going to need each one of you. Is that clear? Major Mike Madigan, U.S. Marine Corps. Well, I've got some bad news for you there, Mike. Pretty sure half the guys are dead already. At least half. It would appear they can't get up these stairs. And they're very confused. So let's take advantage of their confusion and go check that corpse. Body of a recon member. Wounded beyond recognition. I would have to assume that wasn't the guy that was yelling, because he's so chewed on and jerkified already. Feels kind of impossible that he would have been alive seconds ago. But maybe he was. I don't know. Oh, no, 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 no. I half expected that weird little circle here to be a landmine. And you know, maybe the other recon guys were the ones putting the mines around, actually. That would make sense. Plus or minus the idea of blowing their friends up, but, you know. Ow, that's just the way back in case you fuck up the jump, I'm guessing. Or am I meant to, like, climb across on this? Not the ladder. Dennis, please. Okay, that was the idea. I just could not get a good camera angle of it for the life of me. I'm starting to understand why this is only like a 6-hour game, though. Because we're kind of flying through things here. Just gonna cut that before that starts shooting. Because remember, those don't know friend from foe. As this guy probably learned. They really only had like one model for dead guy, didn't they? So I really feel like a lot of those look the same. Okay, another message for Team Red Light. After you climb down into the water filtration plant, proceed through the water reserve. There should be a door there that is flooded. Find a way to drain the water and open the path. On our way through there, we took into custody a man claiming to be the commanding officer of Fort Stewart. He must remain inside in order to control the floodgate for the water filtration plant. Ditter is guarding him, so as soon as you catch up with Ditter, give him a hand. At any rate, look for a drain valve. Is that clear? So something just occurred to me. Something very stupid. Roger and I had radios when we landed. Where'd everybody else's radio go? Why does nobody else on this team have a radio? That just hit me. What is this idiot outfit I'm attached to here? I gotta tell you. You know, I hate that makes sense. I hate that makes sense. Because clearly we would have, like, split into 2 teams of 4 or something. 1 radio guy per team. Ignoring the fact that having only 1 radio guy to a squad is an idiotic move, is the radio guy's just gonna be the first to go.
So, this is the water filtration plant. That
Metal
must be the
Gear.
water reserve.
Oh, hate it here already. Yeah, you know, Dennis, don't target the things that are right in your line of sight or anything, no. Just go ahead and get your ass bit off and exploded on. Densis, why? Like, he just refused to point where I wanted him to. And that's why we're now 70% infected again. Hold that thought a second. What is happening with the water? Oh, is water bad for us now that we're at 70%? Because the water's reacting to our presence. That's neat. It's also really weird. But it's kinda neat. We just saved, so what happens if I... Ah! So it straight up turns water poisonous and increases our infection when we're over 70%. Okay. As expected, then. Whoa! I'm sorry, what? So there's also water monsters. Good. Good. I'm glad. I love it here. This is clearly the best place. So maybe it's not actually our infection percentage and that the water here itself is infected. Great. Great. I love that thought. There's nothing bad about that thought at all.
Reserve full. Door inoperable. Reserve must be drained to open door.
So, to get to Building B, I have to drain this water.
As we learned already, yes. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, pretty much. They get in the water supply and the world's done for. Which is presumably what Cindy's so worried about. But, a thought occurs to me then. If we blow this place up, and just, like, a few bits of the aliens land in the water, would that still count as a vector for infection?
You'll never open the floodgate. Oh no!
Oh, great. You'll never open the floodgate, he says. As he opened the floodgate. These people. Really thinking we should have just bombed this place. Okay, good. At least it's standing up now. I had so many questions while it was just walking around on its back like that. I didn't know how to feel about anything. And yeah, it's not necessarily an experiment I want to have, but it's one of those things where I feel like that's gonna be something that's gonna happen. I was wondering how this was gonna become a problem. Where'd the spooky bat go? There he is. Also, the fact that they're evolving into bats and things is also a problem. Like, did they have these bats here as an experiment, or did they just turn into bats? That's a whole other level of question that I don't know how to feel about. Could you stop doing that? I don't know what you're doing when you do that, and I just don't like it. Okay, so the only thing that kills them is if their yellow chest thingy dies. Okay. So I was wasting a lot of bullets fighting that. Good to know. And once again, very grateful for ladder shooting. Is those bat things harassing you while you try to climb this ladder and you have no way to defend yourself? Would it be miserable? Hi, dead guy. Dying guy.
Who are you?
Sergeant Dennis Riley, U.S. Marine Special Forces Recon.
Is that so? So the Pentagon sends in the Marines instead of the Army. I see. I'm Carl Morris, the commanding officer of Fort Stewart. Well, on paper anyway.
What the hell was that thing? What's going on in this facility?
Didn't they tell you anything?
Of course not.
Tell me what the hell's happened here.
Look, I'm just a liaison with the boys back home. I don't know any details about the research.
Research? On what?
Dennis, you dense bastard.
A man named Falcon has full control over the project. He's the one who's really in charge of this research facility.
Falcon?
The only thing I know is there's something special about some of the water in this place.
Yeah, I noticed
Of course,
that.
You can't tell just by looking at it.
What do you mean?
Until it gets up and tries to bite you.
That water was spread over the facility. It's too late now. I'm dead. This is the place where the end of mankind begins.
Hey, hang on. Tell me about the water.
Too late.
Damn.
So is the water what made these creatures in the first place? Is that the problem? Draining the water reserve. Oh no. I just had another thought. What if that's why there's always been quotes around water reserve? What if this water reserve is literally full of that weird spooky water? And that's why he really didn't want the floodgates opened. Use the valve located at the center of the water filtration facility. The water reserve requires routine cleaning and sterilization. During this process, it is required to drain the water from the reserve, but is forbidden for any other reason. And that whole line of thought also kind of supports that concern. I've said it before and I say it again, I hate it here.
The water's draining. Now I can get to Building B.
And we've now ended the world. God damn it. Double god damn it. Oh, 100%, yeah, we gotta get to our friends. Our team must still be alive, even though we've seen evidence that many of them are dead. Speaking of, there was supposed to be one of our guys guarding the guy who just died, too. Whatever had happened to him? Another thing Densis didn't bother to ask. Oh yeah, of course. He must have just hid in a closet somewhere or something. They totally got separated. That thing was just bumping into me that entire time and apparently not killing me? Might have slowly been killing me. Because my health is terrible, but I also don't know how much damage those bats were doing. I kind of want to get to where the guy just died. But I'm assuming I'll either get there from here or I won't get there at all. Oh, I probably don't want to be in this water. Oh, Oh, a magazine. I don't know, apparently. See, the thing is, this water is, like, super blue, and it makes me nervous. Like, that's bluer than water should be. Like, that feels like water that's more chlorine than water or something weird like that. Not really chlorine specifically, but you know what I'm getting at when I say that. Well, we're at Building B. I might have just missed stuff over where that guy was. But I was just so tired of hearing all the time. Oh, because this is so much better a sound, yes. Yep, breaking their chest bit is exactly what's required to kill those. Okay. I hope you all heading to Building B in one piece. I got some news about that one. We're gathering in the infirmary right above this floor. Hurry up, the mission's not over yet. However, the door to the stairwell had to be blocked in order to stop them from infiltrating. Look for another route. There should be an Arctic manhole that leads into the stairwell from the water filtration plant. Okay, so I am gonna have to loop back, and I'll probably find the body later. Wish you good luck. Oh, fuck you too. Everything's on fire, and that's fine. Not where I wanted you to go, buddy. Up, up. No, 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 no. Up, up. Ook, eek, ook, eek, ook. Eek, ook, eek, ook, eek. Missile launcher unit. Okay. Okay. That's probably something we're gonna need to reserve for bigger threats. Got him. That's gonna be great. I think the bugs are getting tougher. I feel like those did make contact, but... Oh god, it burns. Graham Madison, I can't take it anymore. I have to get out of this rotting dump before they swallow everything. The fort is being infested at an alarming rate. Fort Stewart security claims that going outside is suicide and we've been confined to ground facility building B, but it seems like it's just an excuse to keep us all in one spot. There have already been too many casualties. I have no idea what percentage of the staff has even survived. I've heard that they eat the brain and liver and they attack in packs to wear out their prey. As soon as my buddies get here, I'm getting off this iceberg in one of those snow trucks. Yeah, I doubt your buddies made it there, dude. Find that highly unlikely.
Now I can get to the manhole.
Oh, this just screams bad idea. One tiny system failure drops the truck, crushes us, game over. What do you know? It just happened right after I went through instead of before. God. I might be wearing my sage hood right now, but I did not intend to be an oracle today. This game's just that damn predictable.
Water filtration plant again. I should be able to get to the next floor by climbing up there.
You can't see it, but my head is currently in my hand, listening to Densis here come to realizations that a 5-year-old would have figured out a while ago. Like, gee, we were right above the water filtration plant, and then we went down a hole that we were told to go down, and we were told would lead to the water filtration plant again. Like, how has he survived this long? Aside from being saved by Roger on a regular basis from what they were having their conversations about. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Dead. We... right into the spooge. There we go.
I should just be able to stretch out and grab the ladder.
That actually seems somewhat reasonable. If very risky, it's an actually sensible plan. I should probably turn him around. Eh. I mean, I probably could have swung for that other... Actually, I should go for that other ladder right quick. I see something. What? Is this, I presume, is extra stuff over here? I just gotta avoid getting shot by the weird goop turret. It's another missile. And something else. The recovery unit. Okay. And shotgun shells. Not expressly worth getting splattered with more goop that put our infection up to 85%, but, you know, too late to worry about that now. Oh, god damn it. Guess how much backtracking we're gonna have to do. But before I do that, I want to explain what just happened. Care to guess what input I did that caused him to fall to his death? I'll give you a hint. I pressed down when we were not even halfway down that ladder. He decided to climb the rest of the way down and then let go of the ladder of his own volition. No. Stop that. So needless to say, I'm kind of mad about that. Kind of mad about that one. Because that was stupid. Where even are we at this point? Oh, this is before the entire water filtration plant, isn't it? Yep. So I get the feeling this is going to end up being a longer than 6-hour game for me. So it's probably going to get split into like 2 sessions, and since it is that short a game, we may as well beat it. It's just not getting beat today. Me, probably. Not unless I make a massive turnaround. Shut up, Densis. Of course I can't skip this. God forbid I be able to skip this. This is not technically a cutscene. On the bright side, this will give me a chance to not get as heavily infected. But before we do that, I'm going to step away for a moment and do as I usually do, run the ad and all that good stuff. So I'll be back in just a moment. So while I was up, I had a thought about the infection and realized a couple things. It's a good thing that most of the infected are very obviously infected. But why, for example, is Dennis not very obviously infected when he gets infected? Because, like, when we were up at 85% infection and all that happened to his image there is it started blinking blue. Yeah, you know, that makes sense, honestly. He wouldn't know if he's got a parasite in his brain because it wouldn't be able to do anything. Wouldn't notice a difference. God, it gets so hypersensitive once you zoom in that far. I'm gonna try to clear this a little safer this time. Wasn't there another one down here somewhere that... And that's the one that really screwed up our whole day and led to us getting massively infected? Or was that the one I shot first? Might have been the one I shot first. There appears to be no more here. It's just very hard to tell because there's just screeching everywhere in this area. Everything is just constantly screaming. Ah! So it wasn't based on our infection amount. It is just the water in here is evil. Which was implied by the note we found and the guy talking about it as well. But that's a verification. The water is alien goop to begin with. So that leads me to a couple theories as to what this stuff is. One, could be alien in origin. Two, could be stuff that was frozen in ice for God knows how long and they thawed it out under completely benign circumstances, but realized it was weird and started messing with it, and that's how we ended up in the situation we're in. But yeah, basically the realization I had when I was up and stretching for a moment and all that was the simple fact that this could have easily turned into a whole thing situation, which would have been a nightmare to unpack. God damn it. Dennis, speaking of being a nightmare, why are you a nightmare to control sometimes? Because I told him to just grab the thing next to him. Instead, he decided, oh, you want me to jump 7 miles the other way? Got it, boss. And away he flew. Okay, that's actually a cutscene. We can skip those, because we saw them already. The fact that the bats, like, weirdly teleport around kind of bothers me. Also, they are so durable compared to the bugs. Like, it's ridiculous. Oh, they actually teleport, though. They're supposed to do that. I actually saw an effect that time for it. They just have, like, a weird blink ability to dodge attacks. Oh, for fuck's sake. There's the one I didn't notice last time. And we're back up to, like, half infected again. The good news is we have 3 vaccines. We just can't use them right now. Presumably, we're not going to see another infection reduction place until we get where we're going. They're all hanging out at the infirmary. Which, meeting up at the infirmary is probably the closest to a sensible decision we've had out of this group for a while now. Because invariably, there's going to be people on the team that would need the infirmary. Even outside of a situation like this, just after a crash, there'd invariably be some of the crew going to the infirmary. Quit freaking out and let me kill you properly, damn it. Oh, okay, his chest burst from me shooting him in the back. I'll take it. There's the weird teleport. These bats might just in fact be the worst. Both because of the sound they make and the fact that they're so annoying to kill. I'm mostly killing a bunch of them just because of the fact that we have to come back here. Now that it's been confirmed that we have to, it made sense to clear all of them.
Who are you?
Sergeant Dennis Riley, U.S. Marine Special Forces Recon.
Is that so? So the Pentagon sends in the Marines instead of the Army. I see. I'm Carl Morris, the commanding officer of Fort Stewart. Well, on paper anyway.
What the hell was that thing? What's going on in this facility?
Didn't they tell you anything?
Okay, good, we can skip that. I got distracted for a second and I was like, it'll play audio, so I'll just let that go while I take care of that. Look how many bullets those things take. Oh, in fact, I'm out of bullets. That's problematic. I used up more bullets this time, apparently.
The water's draining. Now
We still have the flamethrower, though, and the shotgun. We don't have the launcher for the rockets, but we have rockets. So we should be okay. Ignoring the fact that there's a very smart part of my brain yelling internally, like, go get bullets, stupid. Like, absolutely I'm impatient, but the smarter part of my brain is like, just go get goddamn bullets. You'll end up needing them, and you're gonna end up having to backtrack again if you don't go get them. Oh wait, we can't backtrack though, can we? Because the truck is there. Oh wait, no, we didn't do the truck part yet. So we absolutely can get to a place with... Oh, no we can't. Well, we can try. We can try to get to a place with bullets. Because we got to get past the, like, dog, cat, mutant things. Realized I called them dogs initially, and it's like, they could be cats. They could just be really big cats. One way or the other, they're things that will ruin my whole goddamn day. And they're still very upset. Oh, this turret's active now, huh? Let's just put a stop to that idea, shall we? It would help if I could tell where I'm going. There it is. And away! I don't know if they can follow me across this, but this also gets us to a battery charge. It does, admittedly, not get us to, a healing station. We can't get rid of our infection here, but at the very least, we can get our bullets back, get our battery back, and then make forward progress with a bit more preparation and confidence, hopefully. Woof. Spent 160 bullets in that nightmare. Just want to check one thing. Okay. Everything's in good order there still. Everything's in good order there. Okay. Making sure I wasn't missing anything important in any of the usual places. Because not all notifications are routed to my phone like they should be, so every now and then I end up possibly missing things, and I don't like that. So I always take a quick second to peek at things to make sure I'm not keeping people waiting or missing something that actually needs my attention, etc. I hate being kept waiting, so I always do my damnedest to make sure I don't keep other people waiting. Oh, hey, we missed a thing in here. What's this? Oh, the missile launcher. I'm glad we had to come back, actually. So that was apparently part of a multi thing, not actually. Oh, I actually need 3 parts for the missile launcher. So that's what the multi thing is. It's not like multiple parts you attach to the weapon. It's something you actually only are getting components for, and you have to find the rest of them. Okay, that's actually kind of neat. That means most likely that the rocket launcher, out of all of the options, is optional. You would figure that all of them would really be optional as far as the underbarrels go, but there might be situations where I actually like need the flamethrower or the shotgun. I was gonna say it was weird that we were getting all of those attachments so close together, though. And then it proved out that we don't actually get the rocket yet. Though the fact that we're getting ammo for it here makes me wonder if I missed a part of it already. But the fact that the missiles for it are very scarce, and the fact that it's a multi-part, means that thing must be powerful. Or it's just a huge pain to get and it doesn't pay off. That's always a possibility. Oh, I hate my brain sometimes when I say things that make sense like that. I would rather the reality where it's ridiculously powerful and that's why it's hard to get. But now that I brought up the reality where it might just be garbage and just a pain to get for sake of being a pain to get, that just makes too much sense in my head, and I fear that it's true. Wasn't there a thing down here? Did I just somehow just like walk past it completely? Yep. I dropped down and faced the wrong way, so I just immediately missed it. And it's certainly something we want, considering it's more bullets. In fact, that was actually a full magazine, too. So we actually probably could have continued and just had 30 rounds for a bit. but I still feel more comfortable having backed up, considering how long the bats take to kill and all of that, and the fact that now we don't have to go through the entire water filtration segment if I botch something and die again. Like falling off of a goddamn ladder. Yes, I'm still mad about that. I'm gonna stay mad about that. Like, I'm not big mad about that, but I'm just like, ugh. Mild irritation. Oh, you're just right there this time, huh? Okay, fire worked. In a lot of cases, fire bad. In this case, for them, fire bad. Oh! I could have turned on the sprinklers the whole time, but I parkoured around the room instead. Not gonna lie, though, I kind of regret not parkouring around the room this time. Because we ran right into the monster this time instead. Really? That's what I get for trying to have fun. No fun allowed. Need a special key to open this. Well, I guess the special key door is probably what I get from having opened that up by putting the fire out. So we climbed across the monkey bars up here in order to get there for the first time. How funny would it be if turning the sprinklers on made these bars slick enough that we just fall off and break our legs? Just go full Sierra Adventure game on my ass there. Oh yeah, the only thing up there was a singular missile. Which, again, if as we were discussing, the missile launcher is actually scary strong, I want every missile I can get my hands on anyway. And I'm more than likely going to end up saving those for the final fight of the game.
The manhole.
I'm betting, as feels like it's tradition for survival horror games, especially of this era, there's probably going to be a really stupid final boss fight that I'm going to dislike. And we'll just probably pummel it into the floor with missiles. Because God forbid we deal with it.
It's the water filtration plant again. I should be able to get to the next floor by climbing up there.
There's the sentry gun we almost had an issue with last time. I don't hear any bats, so I guess I did get all of them. Because we definitely heard bats in here last time. Whee! That almost ended in sadness. Speaking of ending in sadness, please hit. Thank you. I did not wish to get shot today. Can I actually shoot that from here on that note? Nope. The fence is in... Oh, wait. There we go. Now we won't get shot by that this time either. But I don't know how to get back to the ladder from there. Is the reason why I was pressing down, which got us in trouble in the first place, was I was trying to throw myself back at this ladder that was across the way here. Do I want the one missile that's there badly enough to do this? Actually, no, there's a missile, shotgun shells, and a heal up there. And I did spend the bullets to kill the turret. No. No, 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 no. I'm not risking it. Hell with it. It doesn't matter to me that much. Just imagine if his gloves slipped when he grabbed that and we just fell in anyway. I would have been so mad. It's like, oh, nope, you went somewhere, or that was just a little too damp, and now down you go. Also, can I just point out that there was a bug within that turret's range, and the turret didn't shoot it. I think the turrets are compromised. Just like everything else in this damn place. The door is the shortest route to the lab areas. For security purposes, this door is designed to lock automatically in the case of an emergency. To override the locking mechanism, a large capacity battery pack is necessary. A standard battery pack can be upgraded with battery pack cells to increase capacity. The battery pack cells can be found throughout the facility. Why are they just scattered around this place? 16 units of battery power. Good lord. Like, I know they said I needed a large capacity battery, but fucking hell. Squelchy, squelchy. Oh, I hate this plan. I hate everything about this plan. But apparently I can't actually do this right now. So I thought the idea was I was going to grab this line and slide down it. But apparently he won't do that? Maybe I can't do that yet? Maybe I need a piece of equipment? Question mark? Because you would figure he'd just, like, hook his belt hook thing onto that and then just ride that down. But I guess either it's, like, electrified right now, considering it's got, like, caution tape on it, or something along those lines, and I'm not supposed to be over here yet. I'm hoping this leads somewhere good. Maybe this will lead to the infirmary and plot and things. I already see things sparkling. Ah, there's a lock. Oh, it's this room. Okay, so at least we have a way back. I do like the amount of, like, shortcuts and such this game gives you. As long as you make it far enough to get to them. Cindy, we meet at the recreation room when you finish your work in the labs. These Marines that showed up are so annoying, but things have calmed down here, at least for now. So this is a message after this is all gone down then, because Sony is referring to whatever is left of my team, I presume. Though that might be before their deaths, but after we got here. Who knows what the timeline on any of that is. Oh!
Kaleo, it's Dennis.
And there's
Sorry,
presumably
Sergeant Riley.
Sonya.
Where are the others?
In the background, that is.
I'll show you.
Riley! I was concerned when we lost contact with you. I thought this mission would be a walk in the park for a guy like you. But when you failed to make the rendezvous point, I feared for the worst. You alone?
Roger was with me, but one of those things got him.
They got Roger? He was a true warrior. And a good man.
Yes, sir.
We're launching a cleanup operation of this compound. It's payback time for Roger. Did you find out anything new about this place?
Yes. There's some connection between the water and those monsters.
The water, you say? We'll have to investigate that. Based on our report, the Pentagon decided to dispose of this facility.
We're bombing the place?
According to our files, there are several detonators throughout the compound. It was designed as a security measure in case the research material leaked out. Once they've all been armed, they will detonate on a timed countdown. But there are two complications. First, remote activation is impossible. All detonators must be armed manually. Second,
of course.
the areas containing detonators are spread out across the compound, and they're blocked off.
Well, that just makes
I
sense.
sent out the rest of the team to investigate, but they're having problems.
Being
Where are the
dead would count as a
detonators
problem.
located?
They're in all of the underground research labs. There's also one in the power reactor. We're on our way there now. Come with us. Villel has been waiting for a chance to see how good you are. Get ready to move out immediately. There's a helicopter waiting on the roof of this building. We'll go on up. Come as soon as you're ready. Let's go.
Major, what about the survivors? We have to save them before we blast this place.
Our primary objective is to destroy this facility. We'll worry about survivors later.
You can't exactly wait for
Cindy.
survivors after it blows up, as there won't be any at that point. Eyes only. The nuclear testing facilities located deep underground were originally the main purpose for Fort Stewart. After a top-secret nuclear test in 1998, that area was sealed off. Using the remaining facilities, the main function of Fort Stewart is now the research and analysis of special materials. Ground facilities buildings A, B, and C, the command center, water filtration plant, power reactor, and the various lab areas are all connected through the underground tunnels. There's been a change in plans by the Pentagon. We're abandoning the facility. Therefore, those of us who have survived will carry out the destruction of Fort Stewart. McDonald, Phil, and myself are going to the rooftop helipad and heading for the power reactor in a chopper. We will activate the detonator at the power reactor. Gary, Taylor, and Grant have already started to move on activating the detonators in the lab areas. The destruction of this facility is top priority. If you get this memo, head for the rooftop or lab areas at once. It's all or nothing. Is that clear? See, I'll give him credit for being smart enough to leave notes about everything attached to the plan and everything they're going to be doing scattered around in all of the areas where they can't stick around. This way, anybody that's alive gets that information. It's not like we have opposition that can read that we need to worry about. That we know of. So this way, the team actually gets information instead of everybody being left in the dark. Which, that's something I frequently have had gripes about with games like this, because people don't fucking communicate. Some of these life forms have a core. Our latest research data indicates that the core is their only weak point. The core is the part of their body that radiates light and most of the time is protected. Figured that out already. If you can manage to shoot the core, defeating the life form is much easier. That's the chief of security talking again. Okay. Use the save machine. We're approaching 4 hours. Let me take a look and just get a peek at how long what's left of the game is, and that'll give me a decision whether I want to proceed now or stop and then do like a round 2 another day. To split it a little more evenly. Give me 1 second. Because I already have the walkthrough bookmarked in my history. Front of compound, B-wing, section T. It doesn't seem like there's that much left. I'm trying to figure out where exactly I am. Okay, there's the rendezvous. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 sections left. So no, I think that's enough for one full other session, rather than pushing through it today. So I think it'll be a good idea to split this into 2 parts. Mostly because of the issues we had getting through the previous part. And I don't know when the next save point's gonna be. So I don't want to end up going into like 6 hours and then not getting as close as I wanted to the end of the game, but then the remaining part of the game ends up being like 2 hours left or something. I'd rather have the next part end up being longer than this one, rather than have it be super short. The only other thing I would think of to do would be maybe check the rest of this area. But I don't think there's really anything else to look at around here. But we did get immediately warped into here rather than seeing the room we were just in. Specifically the bar side of this place. I want to see if we can actually talk. Yeah, we can talk to her.
I just saw armed soldiers heading to the rooftop. Aren't you going with them?
Eventually. So that was very helpful now, wasn't it? Vaccine. Can't play with the jukebox or the pinball tables. Can't play a nice round of pool. So I guess she's just gonna drink herself to death in here. Or while she waits for us to theoretically get this dealt with. Floor guide. Roof is helipad. Second floor is infirmary. First floor is parking lot. Basement 1 is water filtration. Yep, we've been to all of those floors already. And this door is, I assume, the door we used to get here. Yeah. Then we take those stairs, presumably, to follow them up to the helipad. I don't know if there's going to be a save point at the other side, wherever we end up going following them, which is why I'm not going up there yet. I'll go ahead and save again, since we did find an item and all that good stuff. But, like I said, we will go find a raid target at this point. If there's any viable ones that I feel like going to. Damn. You don't need help, son. I had one plan, but there's too many people in there right now. There's no way my mind could handle that at this point. Like a 50 or so viewer stream I could handle anxiety-wise going into, but over 100, no. My mind would fucking split me in half. We just ain't touching that. As much as that would be a good cause to help with, they clearly have all the help they need right now. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that I'm that pressed to raid into. I think, under the circumstances, there just won't be one today. And that's fine. Leaves me to focus on other things. Specifically, my goal is going to be to have yet another costume design ready to go for Thursday. Admittedly, that costume design probably won't necessarily fit with what we're doing unless I end up doing something other than what I had originally planned for Thursday, which was more Quasimorph. If I end up doing something else, then it might work out better. We'll see. But the whole point is I want to have a different design available for each day leading up to Halloween is the thing I was thinking about. We'll probably finish this on Friday if I don't hook up with anybody to do something Friday. We might finish this Friday. If not, we'll finish it Saturday. That makes the most sense to me. Because I don't want to wait too long with it and end up having it not stick in my brain what we were doing and what I need to do and how to play this game. Is getting into the harder half of this is probably going to go really bad if I don't know what I'm doing. But with that said, thank you for taking the time to be here. As always, I will see you on Thursday, and have a good night. Bye, everybody.